All right. Looks like we're live. Looks like we're live.
Well, hello.
Okay. Let me make sure we're good over here. All right. Everybody got their stuff off of Wi-Fi so we don't destroy the episode.
Let me check.
All right. This is going to be a big one. So.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. This
Let's
is
do it.
episode.
Oh God,
At least it wasn't some porn.
Right?
All right.
As I close my tabs.
All right. We're going into episode 220 of GameSpeak Podcast. Let's go. Yo, 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 and hello and welcome to the 220th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast if you want to catch the show live as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand spanking new BFF, bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bulbasaur Bass.
Alongside Devin, king of the 7-Eleven mayor.
Yeah, that's a
there
good
you
one.
go.
He
Yeah.
lives there. He's
Yeah.
Creative.
Yeah.
Definitely more creative than the previous ones, for sure.
yeah.
Hey, I'm trying. Okay? I'm
I
working
appreciate
it
hard
when-
here.
And the effort is appreciated.
I have one for you for next time. All right, check it out. Devin Dragonborn Mayor. You know what I'm saying? Go for the. You got to give him that.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying it's better than what she did today. I'm just kidding. It's just like- I'm not saying like you're really bad at this. No, just kidding. But anyways, so what's been up, guys?
Oh man, so much stuff has been up. Today has just been one of those days. I woke up today, and the fucking air conditioner was broken.
At your house?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh my
fuck.
goodness.
I was like, okay, whatever. So I go to take a shower. The fucking water's messed up. I was like, fuck. So I couldn't take a
What?
shower. Yeah, apparently they're like digging somewhere in my neighborhood, and they fucked up the water and the internet somehow. And then the air conditioner is like a whole separate thing. Fucking, it's just been a day, dude. You know.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you've had a day, dude. Like I feel like all those weird like demons or like ghosts or whatever. Stank dick. That's what he says you got. Who's
Stank dick, yes. Unfortunately, I've
That's
got
what
a
that
bad
smell
case
outside your apartment is.
It's the stank dick, yeah.
Wait, Brett, so you didn't take a shower today?
No, as much as I would have loved to.
Oh, damn.
It's been one of those days, man. I'm telling you.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear
Our
that.
viewers are so nice to us.
Yeah. At least it's the truth though. At least they aren't lying on us. You know.
I mean,
They don't
it's
sugarcoat
stank
shit.
dick is a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real. It's a fact of life, and we all have to deal with it sometimes.
It's one of those things where it's like in the future they're gonna be like, "Have you a loved one, been
Suffered
affected
from
by
stank
stink dick? You may be entitled to some type
The
of compensation."
Yeah, dude, I'm entitled to compensation.
Nice, dude.
From the stank dick. Anyways, but yeah, aside from my stank dick, I've had a pretty good week. You know,
Cool.
yeah.
This week I've been. Remember how last week I was doing the audiobook of The Hobbit? Well, this week I've been doing the audiobook of The Fellowship of the Ring, bro. I'm moving on.
Whoa.
Things are getting crazy, dude. I'm almost to the sequel, which I want to call the Twin Towers, but I know for a fact it's not the Twin Towers. It's the Dark
Lord of the
Tower,
Rings,
the Two
the
Towers.
World Trade
The
Two
two
towers, yeah. Yeah, we're going two towers in this
Twin
bitch next week. Like it's hard to remember. But anyways, so I've been listening to that getting real deep into the Tolkien lore. And then also I've been watching the show on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's out?
Oh no, Twitch stream. Oh, that's the Twitch stream fucks up a lot. Like if you're watching it on Twitch, or
It's been working the last several episodes. Though.
yeah, if you can't see it on Twitch, go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/createforsanity. But like for whatever reason, like it goes to a black screen on Twitch. We're still trying to figure that part out, which I'll have it figured out by next week, I promise. But anyways, so I've been watching this show on Amazon Prime called Panic. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about it. But it's kind of
I saw like a trailer. I saw like a trailer for it.
It's got a very like what's that movie called where all the kids kill each other?
Lord of the Flies?
No, Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. It's got a very Hunger Gamesy vibe to it, but it's based in like some made up town in Texas called Carp, Texas, which is supposedly based off of Bastrop, Texas. But anyway, so like, you know, it's your typical small town Texas where nobody gets out, you know, like everybody's stuck there. But the teenagers there, they play this game where there's like these judges that the judges are picked by the judges from the previous, you know, class that graduated before they leave or whatever. And then what happens is they have to do all these crazy like, you know, games or whatever, and they can't. You know, the whole goal is to not panic or whatever. So it's like the first night they have them all meet up and they got to jump off of these like giant cliffs or whatever into this water. And like whoever does it from the highest point or whatever gets the most points. And then at the end, whoever has the most points, you know, I guess they get money or something. I'm not far enough into it to know what happens. And they're still trying to solve who the judges actually are and all this stuff because they hide clues around the town to get them to know where to go next or whatever. And but it's super dangerous. Like the year before, 2 kids died, you know, like, and they were like the cop's son and daughter. And so like the main cops. And so he's trying to solve what's going on and figure it all out. It's pretty interesting. It's a fun, it's what's the word for it? Suspenseful. It's a thriller.
Ooh.
I'm so thrilled every time I watch it, dude. Like, you don't even know. Like, it's just so thrilled. Anyways,
I have to check that out.
Yeah. What about you, Devin?
Well, I got my teeth ripped out of my head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 3 wisdom teeth. That fucking sucked.
I
But it
just
wasn't as
ripped
bad.
all your teeth
It
out.
wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm having a pretty good recovery. Still dealing with some bullshit from that though. Other than that, just been big chilling because I can't, you know, hadn't eaten solid foods in a long time. You know,
Yeah.
Damn,
shit
bro.
like that.
You just drinking
Um,
Slim Fast or something?
Dude, Smoothie King has been my savior.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Smoothie
yeah,
King's
Smoothie
dope, dude.
King, and then chicken noodle soup, ramen. Ramen's pretty easy to eat without having to chew.
If you go to Smoothie King, dude, check this out. A lot of people don't know about this. If you go to the fridge and you open it, or you might have to ask them for it at certain ones, but there's this bread, bro, and it is so fucking good. It's like they have like chocolate chip like
How good is
mocha
this?
bread or
How
whatever.
good is this solid food, Jamal?
No, it's soft. It's soft. It's like it's softer than that Cliff Bar you just ate. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
I
you
know
could
that
eat
was a
this.
struggle.
But like it goes down so smooth with a strawberry smoothie. Like you just like take a bite of that chocolate chip bread and then like sip on some strawberry smoothie. It's so good, dude.
I love the banana boat. The banana boat one. This is only like before this weekend of having to go to Smoothie King. I've only been to Smoothie King like once or twice.
Banana boat just sounds like banana hammock to me. Like I don't know why. Just a boat full of dick, but like, but it is
Yeah.
Devin
You
we're
know
talking
me,
about.
yeah.
You know, so, but anyways, yeah, we have a big episode today, guys.
Yeah, you guys have tuned in to the inaugural
E3.
E3 episode. Yeah,
And this is part 1, yeah, because there's still Nintendo tomorrow, and I think like some other, you know,
Bandai Namco,
Bandai
I
Namco.
think, and maybe like some indie studio or something.
yeah,
It won't be as long of an episode next time, but
unless Nintendo just comes with the heat.
I
but
hope so.
I'm pretty sure they will. It's 11 a.m. tomorrow is when Nintendo drops their shit. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the news. Brent's gonna be our newscaster this week,
Yeah,
so we can get through it.
We've got a lot of news to talk about, so I went ahead and threw everything that I didn't think was related to E3. If some of this ends up being related to E3, I'm sorry. But yeah, Creed Champions is coming out on September 3rd. I'm pretty sure that didn't get announced with any of the E3
I think that was summer
announcement.
gaming. The summer of gaming.
If it was, then
Yeah.
so be it. I've got all that.
Like any game announcements were part of summer
I mean,
of
I've
gaming.
sat there for like 8 hours the past 2 days watching every single conference, and I don't remember seeing this one, so that's why I wrote it down. You know what I mean?
Hold on. So, it's Nintendo's game to lose tomorrow. They got to come with the heat. I don't know if that's who posted that. Put your name in the chat so everyone can dox you. Dude.
Reveal
I'm just
your-
kidding. No.
I saw a leak that was saying that there's probably wait, you posted it in the group earlier about the remastered Ocarina of Time or something.
Oh, it's Brian. Oh, yeah. Well, no. So that's a leak that GameStop accidentally put out a poster for, and it had Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on like a Switch poster. And so they're
what if they put out like the Mario 3D pack, but it's
and Wind Waker.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's all three of them in a pack
Yeah,
together?
I don't know if it'll be a pack, but I think
It
that
would make sense. Like, what if it's a limited edition thing like Mario All-Stars? I mean, like, that could be their next big thing. And I'd buy the fuck out of that, dude.
I'd buy it too, but I feel like they think they could probably make just as much money if they sold each one for $30.
Yeah, separately.
You know,
Yeah, probably.
like if they were just like, oh, it's a remaster or whatever. Like Super Mario 64 for the Switch was the most ridiculous like thing to be called a remaster. It was literally just the same game. Like the graphics, like they're like if you look really close, like we kind of like smoothed out this edge on Mario's hat.
Tilt your head to
Yeah.
just the right
I think
angle.
the reason they sold so many of those, though, is because it's A, limited edition, and B, it's like all three games bundled together. I really think the bundle is what they're going to go for. That's my theory here.
I'd be down.
And I bet it's not really going to be a remaster. It's going to be like the fucking Mario 64. It's going to be just a port. I bet like the 3DS version looks better. You know what I mean?
Then again, maybe it's not going to come during E3 because they still have to put out fucking Skyward Sword, and they don't want to mess up their sales on Skyward Sword. Because if they put out that, like nobody would buy Skyward Sword. Like nobody.
Why wouldn't it like buy Skyward Sword? Maybe it'll just hype it up more. You know what I mean? Or maybe it'll come after Skyward.
That's what
Sword.
I'm saying. Like if they do announce it, it won't be coming for a while because they have to get Skyward Sword out and sell at least 5 of those. So like. If they put out fucking Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker all in one thing for $60, nobody's buying
gonna buy it,
Skyward
yeah.
Sword. Nobody's gonna buy that shit.
That's fair. But Skyward Sword is going to have its own like remastered set of controls. I think they're going to put more into Skyward Sword than they're going to.
Dude,
Yeah.
you could put as much time as you want into that game, and I'd still take Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and fucking Wind Waker over that game. Like it just because like just
Well, I think most people would, but like
just on principle.
I'm
though.
not most people. No,
Yeah,
I'm
but
just kidding.
I know, but I'm not talking about from our perspective. I'm talking about from like just in general, like the general public. Like the general public, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are just like that's their thing. Like you mention Zelda to anybody and they're like, "Oh, dude, Ocarina of Time, bro. I love that game." Like even
True
if they
story.
don't play video games, you know what I'm saying? But you mention Skyward Sword and they're like, what the fuck is that? Like if you mention Zelda Skyward Sword to somebody who doesn't play video games.
Right. I get that it's more popular,
Yeah.
but I do think there's a niche for it.
Yeah.
And I think that they'll sell a shitload of copies regardless if they drop on the same day or not. They probably won't. Obviously, they won't. You know what I mean?
They just drop them.
But I'm just saying, if they did, they would still
Yeah.
sell like 1 million copies.
For
of
sure,
both
for
games.
sure.
You know what I mean?
I would love to see the sales numbers on that stuff.
Especially if Skyward Sword is something you can get permanently, and the other ones are like limited edition. You know? what I mean?
Like they did with Mario's,
Mhm.
the Marios.
Anyways, moving on.
Mhm.
Let's see. EA got a data breach. Hackers stole 780 gigabytes of game data, and they're trying to sell it to the highest bidder. So if
And
you're,
a big portion of that included the Frostbite engine.
the Frostbite engine and
Yep.
like full source codes to games and all kinds of stuff about their online infrastructure.
Why would
Which
you
games-
risk doing that? Like you're gonna get caught. Like the FBI is gonna fucking get you,
Dude,
and then
that's
you're
what's
gonna
crazy is,
serve federal prison time.
They're being so brazen about it. Like the people who did the hacking are like communicating with the media and stuff about it. It's pretty wild. So they're doing an investigation. They're probably gonna get caught. you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect it to be as easy to hack EA next time. Apparently they were buying like cookies online from like I don't know how it works. I don't know the hacker lingo, but they were
From the Girl Scouts
no,
that are online.
no, the computer kind.
Yeah, no, but like the thing about it is like, even if you did sell the infrastructure to somebody, they can't make a game with it because then they'd be like, "Yo, that's a copyright."
Yeah, that's
issue.
our engine.
Yeah, like it's just stupid. Like,
Yeah, why would you even? Who's gonna buy it? You know?
Yeah, and
And what game did they get the full source code for? It was like a big one.
It's like okay, let's see.
Do you have that in the article?
I bet it was like Battlefront or
Says
something.
according to Motherboard, the hackers are also holding on to documents on things like PlayStation VR, how EA creates virtual crowds in titles such as FIFA, information on AI in games. Hang on. FIFA 21.
Oh, okay.
FIFA 21.
That's
yeah.
right. Yep.
Man.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
The first WitcherCon will be held on July 9th. There should be news about the show and other stuff Witcher related. Let's
I'm pretty
see.
excited for the next season, honestly. I enjoyed the first one.
The Witcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever watched, but I liked it.
My boy Henry Cavill did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you not watch it?
No, I didn't. No.
You should just play the game. It's honestly a lot better than the show. Tesla did a presentation recently where they showed off their new car, the Tesla Model S Plaid, and it will have a PlayStation 5 level computer in the car, and they showed it off playing Cyberpunk and stuff.
That's such a random thing to say. It's a PlayStation 5 level computer.
He equated his processing power to that of a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it's
so.
But wouldn't that be the
odd
same
benchmark.
as like a next gen like console? Like because
I
they're
think
like
he's
both
just
the same
specifically
level.
saying PlayStation 5. You know, like whatever the PlayStation 5 can do, the Tesla.
Yeah, and
can
this
do.
came from Elon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Because
he's
it's
gonna
probably
be,
not as
he's
strong
gonna
as
be
the
very
Xbox.
tech specific.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got like the same like infrastructure as a PS5 or something.
I don't know. I
Maybe-
know it's
maybe
AMD
it's a similar-
chips
yeah, I was about to say it's
and
AMD,
stuff.
yeah.
You know.
But they got custom chips. You know, it's like, that's where I'm like, what? Anyways.
Yeah. So Roblox is getting sued about their unlicensed music or their licensed music being used in an unlicensed way. So yeah, they're getting sued. Probably gonna get F'd in the A.
Yeah.
Let's
You
see.
mean little children aren't following DMC laws? Like,
No. Let's see. Okay. In a press briefing, head of Xbox Phil Spencer chastised other companies for their approach to bringing console games to PC. He never mentioned Sony or PlayStation by name, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he just goes on and says that he doesn't like Sony's approach to releasing their games on PC like a year later. So Phil Spencer was kind of, it struck a nerve with him, obviously, because they were
No,
doing
he
like-
was saying releasing it for full price years later. He said he wasn't cool with the structure of them like putting it out on PlayStation, then waiting till people like stop buying it on PlayStation, then putting it out on PC at the full price
just
instead
to
of
drive revenue.
yeah, just
Yeah.
to drive revenue. He's saying that's a bad. It's bad for consumers.
But it's interesting that he's so critical about this particular thing because he's usually pretty like, you know, oh, good move, other game companies.
Well, that's
and
what he's saying.
I feel like he sees that like, okay, this is the one area where we really are going to make our money this generation is like branching out to PC players and stuff. And he sees that Sony's starting to make that little foot over there. And he's like, oh, I got to fucking chop the head off of this before it starts growing. You know what I mean? I feel like he's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't think so though, because like Xbox has always been on PC. Even with the original Xbox, like you could get Halo on PC. You know, like that's never been an issue.
I mean, not always. Gears of War hasn't always been on PC. Like a lot of
Not
original
all
Xbox
of them,
games
but a
haven't.
lot of them. This is the first time ever PlayStation's put anything outside of a PlayStation. You know, so like
Right, and this is also the first year where Xbox has promised that all of their first-party games are going to come to PC through Game Pass.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like both companies seem to be making some kind of commitment towards PC.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. It's just weird though his attitude towards this situation because it's like I don't know. He seems more jaded about it than usual. You know what I mean?
I just want to say, as we get further and further into this new generation, I'm so glad that I switched to PC instead of going with a PlayStation 5 like I
I'm
originally
still
planned.
gonna get me a PlayStation 5. Don't get it twisted. But I am glad I have a PC.
But with the PC and Game Pass, man, I mean, it's just such a good deal.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that he's trying to keep that like personality of like I'm for the player and not for for the company. And I think that's why he brought it up. Is like because it makes him look nicer whenever he's like Xbox, we put the game out the same day. You know, like if it's coming to PC, it's coming to PC. We're not going to wait till later and then try to put it full price on there later after everybody's already played it.
Yeah, we're not going to pull a Rockstar and release it on 360 a month before the next gen comes
so
out.
he saw a place where he could come in and be like, yeah, look at how dumb that is. But like, I think it's just PR stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to be like, yeah, we're more for the gamer than PlayStation right now. You know, is what he's trying to say.
That's definitely what he's trying to say. It's just weird that he's so vocal about it because he's usually not as.
Yeah, he's usually homies with people, but I'm sure, like like I said, I think it's just so people will be like, "Damn, Xbox, they're just being friends," you know, with the
Xbox
people.
cares.
All right, moving on. Xbox Series S is getting a cool little screen you can buy from Kickstarter. Like if you fund the Kickstarter, it's like the reason I put this on my list is because it reminds me of this thing I used to have on my original Xbox where it was like a little TV. You put on
it made it like portable.
Yeah, it basically turns it into a laptop. You like just attach it on top of your fucking Xbox, and then you can like open it up. It looks pretty cool.
Damn, Brent, you had all the cool shit when you were a kid. I dreamt of having these. Like, what was the other thing that you had? The Sega, the handheld Sega.
Oh, the Game Gear? That was actually my sister's, but I ended up using it more than she did.
All the shit that I dreamed about as a poor little child.
Yeah,
Brent's house was the crack house when we were kids,
it
dude.
Was
he had
everything. The
everything.
crack house, bro.
He had it all, bro.
I'm glad you had a good childhood, Brent.
It was wonderful.
And like because Brent had a good childhood, I also had a good childhood. I'd be over there just playing on Dead or Alive, like you know, like when everybody else couldn't even afford an Xbox. I'm like, I got that GameCube and the Xbox now.
My grandparents really spoiled the shit out of me. Is what it was.
Hell yeah.
They live like right down the street, and they would like when Christmas rolled around, there would be like whole rooms just like completely full of presents and shit. Like it was just
hell yeah, dude. His grandparents were dope. They were just
really
straight
great.
Flexing on Brent. Like they come in and be like, "Oh shit."
They would pick me up from school sometimes in the middle of the day and be like, "We're having a Brent day."
What?
I swear to God, dude. It was awesome. My grandparents were awesome people. They really were.
Amazing.
And I'm not hating on and just in case my parents do listen to this, I'm very appreciative of everything.
Yeah,
they
Devin's
did for me.
parents suck. No, I'm just kidding. Brent's grandma played Morrowind, dude.
Oh yeah,
she was
fucking
dope.
kids.
My grandmother like introduced me to like half of the cool games I played as a kid, like Max Payne and like Half-Life.
Dude, I'm straight up his grandma just playing Morrowind.
That's
bro.
badass.
We would sit there and play Max Payne until the bird, like she had this parrot that would like mimic noises and words, and it would be in the next room like making like gunshot noises because because we play Max Payne so much. Anyways,
He just cries like the baby that got killed. Like, oh, God.
that'd be fucked up. It just starts saying like Max Payne lines. Like, I saw the pain in her eyes. Anyways, speaking of Max Payne, Remedy's Control is free on the Epic Game Store until June 17th. Make sure you scoop that up.
Nice. Or play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, or play it on Game Pass, but you can own it forever. And, and
Yeah,
sometimes
that's true.
things be leaving Game Pass.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of Game Pass, let's see. Hang on. Oh,
You might,
okay.
Sorry.
Microsoft is working on TVs that have Game Pass built into the TV. Like Netflix.
They talked about that last year.
Yeah, but now they're really doing it.
Yeah, so like now they're putting out like TVs that will have an app that will be like an Xbox Game Pass app.
Yeah, and they'll be compatible with Bluetooth Xbox
Well, they do like the
controllers.
xCloud.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, man, the future.
And they also mentioned that they're planning to offer different price points for Xbox Game Pass, so maybe they'll have like a cheaper version soon or something like that.
For just the xCloud
TV version,
Yeah.
or
And-
just xCloud.
And
yeah.
for those of you that are thinking about xCloud, unless you have gigabit fiber, keep fucking dreaming on AAA titles.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's I tried it on. I have pretty good internet, but
One of our
Not-
listeners in Britain, Jason, he's been playing it. He said it's
Yeah.
great.
I've seen
Uh,
videos of him using it playing Fallout 4, and
Yeah.
it looked pretty good.
I tried Outriders.
Yeah, but were you playing? That's an online game. I feel like if you're
No,
playing
this
online,
was offline, or I mean, it was like the intro of it before
Ah,
it was even
okay.
online, and it was choppy, super choppy.
gotcha.
Well, what can you do?
Well,
Let's see.
Get that old Starlink.
Okay, they're signing a bill that's gonna apparently stimulate the semiconductor industry. So hopefully,
Ooh.
in the next few months, we'll have a law passed to where we have more research and semiconductors being made in the U.S. and
I was
stuff.
gonna say production here.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so that's hopefully going to happen. And Arcade 1UP is releasing a Simpsons cabinet pretty soon. So if you like the 1991 Simpsons Beat 'em Up by Konami, it will be available in a little arcade cabinet very soon.
Nice.
What's up, Paranormal? The camera did move. It was actually the GameSpeak dog. It was
It's
Farley.
haunted.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, it's fine. It didn't move out of the way. It just kind of jagged a little bit.
Actually, Jamal's apartment's haunted.
We have a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually helps us out sometimes. I mean,
Yeah. Could you? He just moves the
This is a
camera,
better-
focuses.
Anyways, so that's all the basic news today.
Wow, so basic. But yeah, let's jump into the important stuff. Well, actually, we got stuff before that.
this
My
week's-
bad. This week's releases, I forgot. I guess that's kind of important, but there's only 3 games, literally. So we got Hellyborn coming to Xbox One, Series S and X on June 16th for $29.99. Hellyborn faithfully recreates the realities of armed conflicts and is an excellent tribute to the helicopter's contributions to modern warfare. Okay, and then we have the Red Solstice 2 Survivors coming to PC on June 17th. Couldn't find a price, but it says the Red Solstice is a terrifying action strategy shooter game. Forge your personal story of defending the planet through a series of combat missions and strategic choices while researching new technologies. And then finally, we have Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. Come to Switch on the June 21st for $24.99. Guide the Priestess Lily through winding caverns, underwater landscapes, forests of glowing trees, and other areas devastated by a rain, turning people undead in the action-adventure game. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. Okay, that's
You ever thought about getting into voice acting, Jamal?
that would be fun, but no, I can't consistently do it. I can only do it for a paragraph. But yeah, I appreciate that. So that's it for this week's releases. Literally 3 games. Let's
you think
jump.
there'd be more games coming out whenever all this hype is going on about games? You
Well,
know?
the hype's about games that are to come. Though.
In the
Yeah, but you
future.
think you could capitalize on people getting all hyped about buying games
That's
by
true.
releasing one right now that was
Yeah.
dope.
like a dope
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's got to
Yeah.
be dope though. None of
Yeah,
these
it's
are
gotta be
dope.
real dope.
And no offense
to
to
release
Ender
some
Lilies.
dopamine.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like it.
Haven't
So,
had it.
so currently playing. What's everybody playing?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm playing. I'm playing Days Gone, which is
still?
probably
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah?
Honestly, it's turned into one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. It's
Really?
really, really good. Once you get into the story and start getting attached to the characters and stuff, it's I don't know. It almost has that same Red Dead Redemption 2 vibe, where it's you're just really into
In
the
it.
story and
Invested
fucking
and,
into
yeah.
the world and stuff. And it's you have the option to fast travel, but it's you'd rather just drive there because it's the world is so pretty and everything is just, I don't know. It's you really get into it. It's a sweet game. It's really, really good, especially on PC. I feel like it wouldn't have been as good had I played it on PS4. I'm really pleased.
Yeah, unfortunately, that game, apparently Sony was just yeah, we're not gonna do a sequel or anything to
It
that.
kind of bums me out. I know a lot of people were bummed out about that.
It was they didn't market it for whatever reason. Whenever it was first coming out, they were just nah, we're just not gonna market this game, even though it's a first-party Sony game.
It's weird too because whenever they first showed it at E3, it
I
had a lot of
remember.
buzz around
yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the hordes were the first time we saw anything like
and
that.
honestly, the gameplay is just as good as the E3 demonstration would lead you to believe. There's massive shitloads of zombies like coming at you at once. Like it's really cool. Like, and like the environments are interesting and destructible at times, and like I don't know, the AI is smart. It's just a cool game, dude. Like the gameplay is really fun. Like,
And I know we talked about this, but like, who was it? The studio head or the lead developer was like, well, if people would buy games at full price,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
there'd be a second one or some shit.
Which I don't think did it any favors.
No.
But
yeah, and in my defense, I bought that bitch at like almost full price. It
There was a
like
big,
$40 or something.
they did
well,
like a
Phil
big
Spencer
petition.
has anything to say about it. No, just kidding.
Phil Spencer's mad as hell about
Yeah,
it.
he's like, I can't believe Brent Bass paid full price for this game. But anyways, that's all you've been playing?
Oh, no, I played that, and then I played a little Population 1. I met this dude in the lobby who was, like, talking a bunch of shit and being really toxic and just kind of being a bully to everybody.
Did
and
you
then
kick his ass?
I totally kicked his ass. We played the next. They have a team deathmatch mode right now too, so I got to smoke his ass just over and over and over
Was he
again.
getting mad when you
Oh,
kicked
he
his
quit
ass?
the game, dude. I beat him so bad he quit the game.
Nice, dude.
It was so fucking satisfying.
I was about to say, yeah, that's always the most satisfying thing.
And then I played a little bit of Phantom Covert Ops earlier because like I was sitting in my house. I was like, man, my internet's out. What am I gonna do? I was like, threw on the old Oculus. And I gotta say, this is a game I've had for a long time on the original Oculus Quest, but I haven't tried it on Quest 2 yet. That's kind of been my thing when I get bored, is like I pop on the Quest 2 and play a game I haven't tried that I've already owned, you know?
Yeah.
And some of them look way better. Some of them don't look noticeably better at all. This game looks way, way better. Like the gun textures and stuff are all shiny and like reflecty now, and they weren't in the Oculus Quest original version. The frames per second is obviously way higher. Like the character models look different. Like it's like night and day. Like how much better they made it look. It's incredible. It's one of the more like upscaled Quest 2 games I've seen. It looks like a PC quality game. Like it really does. Like
Nice.
yeah, and I played that a little, and that's it.
Cool. Devin, you want to go?
You go ahead. You got it.
All right. So I've been playing Warzone, obviously. I got to mention that every week.
Getting some
We
dubs.
did get some dubs. Dub Brothers. And then I've jumped it because of all this Lord of the Rings. Like, I was like, man, I just really want to go on an adventure in like a Lord of the Rings type world. So thanks to Game Pass, I downloaded Morrowind, and I was like, I'm going to try this out because I never played it. And it's way too fucking old. So then I just downloaded Skyrim and started playing Skyrim again. This will probably be about my 5th time trying to get into Skyrim.
You should have played Oblivion, dude.
I can't do it.
Or
I
we
can't
could all
do it.
play ESO. You know?
Or we could play ESO. That's I'm enjoying Skyrim
Isn't
though.
Lord of the Rings the game on Game Pass?
The
The Shadow of Mordor?
Shadow.
or whatever?
I downloaded that first. Actually, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I did download Shadow of War.
You weren't feeling it, or what?
It's so repetitive. It's
Yeah.
so boring.
My
like
problem is like I suck really bad at it, and like the generals will get so high level because I keep dying that like they end up just being like unbeatable because I'm so low level and they're so high level because I keep whooping my ass.
I was kicking all their asses, dude. I killed like 4 or 5 generals before I got bored and just like shut it off.
It looks
I was
good.
like-
The graphics are good on it, at least.
Yeah, it's nice, I guess, but it was just really repetitive, and it didn't have much in the way of story besides like being a prequel to the movies or whatever.
No.
And it was just like, I don't really care about this character. I don't care what's going on here. And then and he doesn't really affect anything in the actual movies, so it doesn't matter, But
So how was Skyrim?
Skyrim's been fun. I'm a what are they called? Like an elf, like a fucking
There's
What
a lot
kinda-
of
yeah,
elves.
what
no,
kinda
but like it's like a high. What is it? High
hot
elf?
High
elf.
elf?
A hot elf.
A high elf? A high?
Yeah.
Yeah,
a high elf. Yeah. That. So I'm that, and then I'm like a Nord. No. No. That's a race.
that's a
no.
different race,
What's the thing where you're just like, I kill things, like kind of
What do you kill
Necromancer?
things with? A sword?
like a sword.
You can't
Like I got bows. I'm all about my bow. Like
The bow's the way to go, honestly. In Skyrim, it's the most effective weapon, in my opinion.
yeah, I'm bow and arrowing.
I'm always an Argonian archer. I always want to like go in thinking I'm gonna do something different, and I always am an Argonian, and I'm always an archer.
Which one's the Argonian?
They're like the lizard
fucking
people.
lizard people.
Why? So you can go underwater and
Yeah,
stuff.
I like to be able to breathe underwater. Like I don't know why it just is, and they resist diseases. They can't get sick, so it's pretty sweet.
Well, I've never gotten sick in the game. What do you get sick from?
I don't know. I'm always
Poisons.
Argonian.
Oh, so like you can't get poisoned, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what
Is
it
that what you mean?
I think
guess
it's
so.
I think it's poison resistance.
Probably.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
They're
Well,
pretty good though. They're pretty sweet.
it's fun. I got to the little town, and then like the guy was like, "That stupid bard," he's like trying to woo this chick over here. Will you give her this fake letter that I wrote from him or whatever? And then like, of course, I had to go and tell the guy. I was like, "Yo, he totally faked this piece of shit letter," and he was like, "Yo," and he's like, "We'll give her this letter from me that she'll think it's from him." And I was like, well, I kind of want to just rat both of y'all out, but it wouldn't let me do that. And so I just went and did that. And then the guy originally was just like, "I hate you." Like every time I go by him, he's like, "Don't come near me. I hate you." I'm just like, all right. But I like just fucking around like that. But it's been pretty fun. I got way past that actually, and then like the problem with Skyrim is like I'll start doing like a side quest. And for whatever reason, it was like just a miscellaneous side quest thing where it was like, go get this appraised or whatever. And so it literally tagged like a city like across the entire world, like to go get it appraised. And I didn't realize that. I thought it was just on top of this mountain, but I walked for like 15 minutes like in real lifetime like trying to get there, and I was like, fuck this. And
Bro,
I
you gotta just jump on a carriage and ride there, dude. Like if you haven't been there before, like there's like a little dude with a horse and buggy outside of every single town.
I didn't see him.
Well, he's there, and he's by the stable usually in every single town. And if you talk to him, like he'll give you a ride for like 50 gold to any town, even the ones you haven't been to yet.
Damn. Well, I did not know that, and so now I'm lost in the woods. Like I killed a fucking polar bear and like was just like hanging out. A snow bear is what they call it.
Yeah.
A fucking snow bear. Anyways, yeah. So that's what I've been playing. Let's move on to the big bad.
Oh well.
Oh wait. I thought you went.
No.
No. See, my bad.
No, all good. So I've been delving into the wide, weird world of VR chat with my friend Alana, and that has been interesting every fucking trip.
Meet some nice people.
It's well, here lately, it's just been a bunch of obnoxious little children. We've been just like world hopping. It's her kind of first experiences with it, so I'm just like, pick a world and I'll follow you to it. And so we've gone to some weird ones, some very interesting ones.
Like what?
And well, there's one that is a Femboy Hooters.
What?
Yeah, I didn't pick any of these worlds either. Yeah, Femboy Hooters.
I don't even know what that means. Hold
It's
on.
like Hooters, but with femboys instead of Hooters girls, I guess.
Gotcha. Y'all keep going.
Where else did you guys go?
There was one that was like a movie theater that you could like somehow, I don't know how, I never figured it out, upload. You could like load in stuff to play on a big screen and everybody could just sit down and watch it. But the whole time we were in there, nobody played anything and everybody was just staring at a blank screen.
There's an actual like app called Big Screen that's like only that.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
I did it once a long time ago.
It's kind of tight. It's one of my favorite apps actually. Like
Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time.
you got to go in at the right time because sometimes it's just people playing like porn and weird stuff. But like if you, but sometimes you go in there and they're playing like really high quality like 3D movies. Or if you go while they're doing the UFC fights, you can usually watch the UFC fights.
Oh, I'll definitely have to try to give me a UFC fight.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And then so playing that a bunch. I've had people. I don't always sound like him, but I've had people tell me I sound like Mordecai. from regular show.
Definitely.
And I've looked into creating through like Blender and shit, making my own 3D model and trying to rig it.
Surely somebody's made one already.
No. Well, they have, but it's not public. Nobody's put it in like a public world.
Really?
Yeah. The one person that did it on like a couple YouTube videos, they only uploaded it for themselves.
Dang,
And
that's so
so-
surprising.
Yeah, there's no public world to get the avatar, and so I tried to resort to making my own. And after spending an hour with Blender and literally getting nowhere with it, and like not even figuring out how to use the fucking app, I was like, yeah, I'm just
Blender
getting-
is really
It's
difficult.
hard,
to
yeah.
use.
It is so extensive, and after it was like an hour and a half. I didn't make any progress with it, and I just gave up.
That's all right. You'll always be Mordecai to us.
But it'd be
Who
so
needs
cool to
VR
be able to
chat?
like impersonate Mordecai in VR chat. Because I've even had like a couple of people now have been like, dude, you know what you sound like? And then I do like a couple of the lines from, and they're like, oh my god, like fucking
You should
lose
just
it.
tell
them
people
that
you
it's
are.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I did with one kid, and he's like, hold on. He like set his headset down. He's like, I'm gonna go get my brother, and he came back. And I was like, dude, I'm not the
You
voice
should have
actor.
No,
kept
you
the
just keep it
illusion
playing.
alive, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You could have
He
made that
was-
kid's day, dude.
You chose
Nah.
violence.
I'd rather ruin it.
Yeah.
He was he was so
Right.
disappointed. He's like he even put his hands down and everything. He's like, what? He's like, I went to go get my brother and everything.
Damn.
Aw.
That's sad.
That's
like-
pretty mean,
It's like,
dude.
sorry,
can,
bud.
Can you like harm like can you like fight in VR chat?
They've got there's a bunch of worlds where you can play games and stuff. Like there's a
Oh,
whole
okay.
Among Us world that you can
Oh, that's tight.
you can play a fully fleshed out Among Us. You can play. There's like a Clue type game. There's a bunch of game worlds.
I'm gonna go into VR chat and like start my own like I don't know like therapy. Like I'm just gonna like have like a seat and like people can come to me and like with their problems and I'm gonna be like, all right, let's talk about this. You know,
Jamel's therapy
Yeah.
world.
Jamel's therapy
I
world.
guarantee you there'd be like 70 people in there, like screaming by the time.
Everyone, calm down.
It'd start out right, like 2 people would come in, and one of them would sit there and like tell you their problems, and like 30 little kids would come in, like
Yeah, no problem because we just started drum circle, bro.
a bunch of femboys would come
No,
in, and be like, "This
no.
isn't Hooters."
or you'd have the racists come in really fast and start ruining it that way.
But those people have obviously have some problems that they need to work out.
You're not
you know?
getting through to those kids, I promise.
Hey, don't underestimate Jamel's.
Be like, look, listen to me. I'm Middle
Therapeutic
Eastern.
ability.
yeah.
Middle Eastern. Let me talk to you about this. All right.
and
That,
then-
like, okay.
He's Middle Eastern. He gets me.
Yeah, he understands. He's not mad at me. But yeah.
So,
Anyways,
Other than that, just Warzone that I can think of. But, yeah.
cool. So let's jump into the E3. I've said this 4 times, but this time for real.
We
We're
really
going-
mean it.
Yeah.
Oh, buckle in, everybody. It's gonna be a long E3.
It's a good thing though. It's
Yeah.
all good.
It is a good thing. I feel like the more E3 news, the better.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot. I gotta get on the internet.
that's fine. I mean,
Hold on.
the stream may explode.
Everybody, bear with me.
3, 2.
All right, here we go. E3 time. So
Yeah.
we're starting it off with Jeff Kiley's Summer of Gaming thing that he did. And
Yeah. No, Summer of Gaming I thought was IGN's thing.
well, it's somebody's thing.
Is
that's
it? I
not,
just
want to
know because I don't know.
I don't know. I know that Jeff Kiley is. It says Jeff Kiley's Summer Game Fest.
Oh, see,
So-
So there were 3 things. There's Summer Game Fest. There's Summer of Gaming with IGN, and then there's E3.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Devin, pull up the Summer of Gaming thing because I didn't get that earlier.
yeah.
But I'll talk about this so you got plenty of time. Summer Game Fest basically kicked off, and they had tons of games they announced and showed trailers for, and et cetera, et cetera. The first thing they showed was an Elden Ring trailer. I don't know. Did you guys watch the
Yes,
Elden
I
Ring
did.
trailer?
I did not.
Bro, you didn't watch the Elden Ring trailer?
No, I never played Elden Ring.
I
Of
watched
course
it.
you haven't played Elden Ring.
Why is it? I thought it was like a continuation of an old series.
No.
No? Oh,
It's-
okay.
it's
No,
brand
it's
new
a From
IP
Software
from
game.
Software.
Oh, okay. The way everybody was getting super hype about it, I thought it was a return of a series.
I mean, it basically is.
People
It
just
just looks
love-
like Dark Souls, but like different. Like
Oh.
it looks like Dark Souls.
Well,
like
then
It does have a Dark Souls-y kind of vibe.
I fucking suck at Soulsborne games.
yeah, I mean like it has like it's written by George Railroad Martin or whatever. So like everybody's all into it. You know what I'm saying? I think like that kind of takes the hype level from here, which is already high. And then just puts it way the fuck up there.
Yeah.
But there
it
was
looks great. I mean,
the graphics are bad. The graphics are for coming out now does not look very
the
good.
graphics aren't bad. Like
it looks like
it looks
early
like,
PS4,
It looks like Sekiro or something. Like in that those
which
graphics
is
were
early
great.
PS4. Well, not early, but like older PS4. You know what I'm saying? Like for a game that's coming out whenever PS5's already out, it does look kind of bad, in my opinion.
I don't agree with that.
And Xbox Series X or whatever. Like it looks like an older game. Like in my opinion, it just looks its age. Like they've been working on it forever. Like,
I don't think it looks bad, man. Compared to every other Soulsborne game, it looks, I mean, just as good. Like I don't know, it looks good to me.
no. But look at Demon Souls, that remake that they just made, and compare the graphics of Demon
They didn't
Souls.
make that. Bluehole made that.
Yeah,
or
but
somebody.
it's a
Like,
remake of their game.
Yeah, I get it. I
it
get
looks
that
fucking phenomenal.
It looked good, but it wasn't a From Software game.
True,
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
It was a remake by somebody else of a From Software game. And they have an aesthetic that they put out that's like part of their like look, you know what I mean? It's that like grungy, I don't know. It's something about it that has to look that way in my opinion. If it's going to have that exact like From Software feel to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, but moving on, you guys go check out the trailer for that if you want. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. They announced this. There's a lot more on this and a lot of different, conferences, but basically it's a spin-off
Yeah.
of Borderlands, and it's going to have Andy Samberg and Will Arnett and Wanda Sykes and a bunch of other famous people doing voice acting.
Which they only showed a CGI trailer. It
Yeah.
wasn't like any gameplay.
Yeah, they talked about it a little bit, though, maybe it was in the Gearbox conference, but it doesn't really matter. They talked about it, and basically it's going to be Borderlands just set in like a fantasy-style world.
Like D&D.
So there's still going to be guns and like all the things you love about Borderlands, but there's going to be like castles and dragons and shit, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
could
going to be...
fuck with it.
Yeah, it looks fun. Like, I don't know. They didn't show any gameplay or anything, but like the concept seems fun to me.
It does. It seems interesting, and I want to see what Andy Samberg plays. You know, like his character and all that stuff. I wish they would have done like at least some of the voice acting. Like even though it's
Character
CGI, they could have
introduction.
shown the characters. You
Andy
know?
Samberg is going to fit in so well to the
Oh, yeah.
Borderlands world.
Yeah.
Like, there's a character in the main game called Reese, I think is his name, and like he just reminds me of Andy Samberg. Like if he had been played by Andy Samberg, I wouldn't have even questioned it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Let's see. Metal Slug Tactics is
That
coming
looks
out.
interesting.
It does look interesting. As the name would suggest, it's a Metal Slug Tactics game.
So random.
Yeah.
Like when
I've
was the
always-
last Metal Slug game we
right? And have we ever had a Metal Slug game that wasn't just a basic like run and gun?
Side scroll shoot.
Yeah.
got? No, we haven't. Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Is it gonna be like a top down then, or how's it gonna?
Yeah,
play?
like a. It's just like that style, like the Metal Slug look, but a tactics game.
Mm.
You know.
It should be interesting.
Yeah.
We got Death Stranding Director's Cut announced for PS5. It's going to have extra content. Obviously, it's going to look way better for PS5.
The Kojima cut.
Yeah.
dude, like this is so random.
They have
God
him-
damn you, Snyder.
It shows him hiding in a box like Metal Gear Solid style. So
Yeah.
there's some kind of like little nod to Metal Gear Solid there.
Some people were asking like, or like they're like, what if that's a hint that he's working on a new Metal Gear or something? Like maybe he made friends with, he's back with Konami or something. But like, I don't think that's the case.
Maybe. I think it's just a little throwback,
Yeah.
little funsies he's having. Jeff Goldblum came out and helped reveal Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is the sequel to the park building sim Jurassic World Evolution, which, was an okay game, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. That's,
I don't know if it was good enough to get a sequel, but whatever. Korean MMO Lost Ark is headed to the West in fall 2021. So there's a popular Korean MMO called Lost Ark. I don't know much more about it other than the people in Korea love that shit. And we will get a chance to love that shit as well in fall of 2021.
Nice.
Sable got a release date announced. I don't really know what Sable
Yeah, what is
was.
Sable?
I was watching this at work, so some of the trailers and shit like flew by me.
Gotcha.
But it got a release date for September 23rd, 2021. So check this out. Go check it out. Among Us is adding hide and seek mode and several other things, such as colors on a map and more.
Oh, and 15 players and three imposters.
Oh,
Yeah. Now that was at the Xbox E3 thing when they announced that, though. But yes, it's like
they're adding a lot of shit to Among Us.
Yeah.
So if you're an Among Us fan, keep being a fan because it will just keep getting better for free, probably.
for sure.
Let's see. Salt and Sacrifice was announced for 2022. A sequel to Salt and Sanctuary named Salt and Sacrifice has been announced for 2022. It will feature online co-op and will launch on PS4 and PS5. A lot of like 2D indie-looking games announced this year, like lots and lots of them.
Some of them look great. Some of them I'm like,
yeah.
why is this here?
Same here. And this is one of the
Yeah.
better looking ones, but like you're right. Some of them look really bad and some of them look like
It's like, why?
pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 Point Campus officially announced. This is the follow-up to 2 Point Hospital. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys played that. It's kind
Didn't
of a,
play it, but I remember it
It was
being
on
a big
Game
deal.
Pass. It was just a wacky like sim building game where you built like hospitals and like made money and built better hospitals and so on and so on.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is basically just that, but with colleges or something. Escape from Tarkov takes the battle to a new area. So Escape from Battle or
Escape from Battle.
Sorry, my brain is hurt from just watching fucking press conferences all day. Escape from Tarkov got a battle in the Streets gameplay trailer that showcases the new gameplay that will take place in a new area featuring war-torn streets and apartment buildings.
Yeah, that's that game where it's like the guns are like real as fuck. like,
Hyper realism.
I've
Yeah.
heard it's pretty good. I feel like you have to jump through hoops to buy it or download it or something because I can't find it on Steam. But
No, it should be.
it's only for Russians. I'm just kidding.
No, it should be easily. I mean, it's
I don't
a
know.
huge game
I don't think
now.
it's
a lot
on
of
Steam.
streamers.
I think you have to buy it from their website or
Yeah,
something.
probably so.
But that's not a big deal. Either way, definitely keep an eye out on that. Stranger Things and Smite are doing a collaboration on July 13th. So if you want to
So
be
random.
11 and play some Smite,
Okay.
you can do that. Left 4 Dead style co-op shooter, The Anacrusis, announced officially. So we got another Left 4 Dead style
Yeah,
game
we're getting
coming.
so many of those right now.
Yeah, I guess everybody's been working on them for the same amount of time, and finally we can all release them. Koch Media reveals new publishing label Prime Matter alongside new Painkiller game.
What, a new Painkiller game?
Yeah.
Speaking of Koch Media, because they're buying up everything or whatever,
Mhm.
like all the old ass games. The guy who is remaking what is that game called? Oh my gosh, the System Shock. The guy who's remaking System Shock. I watched an interview with him last night on YouTube, and he's trying to get access to the game that we were talking about, No One Lives Forever.
Oh.
Yeah, he's trying to get it so he can remake it.
Yes.
He said it's really hard to get a hold of.
Remake that shit, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be sweet.
But anyways, just thought I'd bring that up.
Dude, I'm glad somebody cares because it's such a good game. Even the like OG game, which you can just download off of the online for free, is really, really good still.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt is coming out, and it's going to be a vampire battle royale game.
They just need to put the fucking game out first. Like, why are they doing this?
Well, the Vampire the Masquerade is like a world that's been existed way before Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines came out. So I mean, like,
So before the original Bloodlines, it was already
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Okay, so like Vampire the Masquerade is like a subsect of the World of Darkness universe. There's like Vampire the Masquerade. There's some Werewolf the Apocalypse, and then there's something about spirits or something. Like,
Gotcha.
I forgot what it's called, Spectre or something. But like they're all three like different parts of the same like shared universe, and they all have like different stories going on. There was another Vampire the Masquerade game announced like later in the show I'll talk about it. But anyways, Vampire Battle Royale game coming 2021. I wouldn't get too hyped about Bloodlines though, because I don't think that's going to be coming anytime soon.
Yeah, they didn't even mention it.
I know, it's a shame. That's the one to really look forward to too. New Tales of Arise trailer revealed. Looks kind of like a Switch kind of graphics. Like, I don't know.
It's another Tell's game.
Yeah. Fast and the Furious vehicles coming to Rocket League because
boy.
of Fast and the Furious movie coming out.
Now there's family.
Let's see. That
Now
game.
there's
Children of Light launching on Switch this month. So, oh no, it's Sky Children of Light. Excuse me. It's coming to Switch. Let's see. Overwatch 2's game director shows off Baptiste and Sombra's new look. So if you're an Overwatch fan, got some new looks coming. Planet of Lana is a beautiful off-Earth odyssey. This is another like 2D
like
game. Yeah, so don't get too excited about off-Earth odysseys sounding all epic. I'm sure it's epic, but it's not. You know, it's 2D.
Damn.
Not hating, but a little bit hating. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin story trailer was revealed. That's going to come on July 9th. So I didn't play Monster Hunter Stories 1, so I don't really know anything about it. But it looks like it's got more of a story focus, obviously, than the original Monster Hunter game. Endless Dungeon gameplay revealed. So, I don't know. Endless Dungeon. You got some gameplay.
It's a dungeon. It's endless.
Near Automata's or Near
Automata.
Automata. God, why can't I say that?
Because it's a dumb word.
It is a dumb word. I want to my brain wants to make sense of it. 2B is a character from that game, and she has been announced for Fall Guys.
That is so random.
Yeah, really random. Call of Duty Zombies creator announces Deviation Game Studio and partnership with PlayStation.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Maybe they'll make some kind of zombie game that's not like attached to Call of Duty, where they can just really put all their efforts into zombies. Maybe they'll make their own new IP that doesn't have anything to do with zombies at all. I'm really hoping for the former.
I tried playing zombies on, because they did like a free weekend or whatever.
Yeah, I played that too. I really liked it.
I don't know. It was just too open. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I was so used to, like, old zombies where, like, you had, like, a pretty, like, set, like, this is what you do. Go do this or whatever. It was like an open world zombies.
You haven't played zombies in a minute then, huh? Because it's been like that since, like, Black Ops 2 or so.
No. He's talking about the Outbreak.
What am I talking about? No, I'm talking about
the Outbreak mode where you're in the giant ass map.
It was like a snowing and shit. Like,
well, there's several different ones that you like warp to.
You talking about the map where you start in the like basically like the rundown version of the original map, and then you go.
No. This is like it's called Outbreak, and
I haven't played
like
Outbreak.
It's a newer game mode. It came out right when they did the first free trial of Cold War. And it's just like a huge. It was
like an open world. Yeah,
it's named like a Warzone map.
I haven't tried that. That sounds kind of tight. But I'm talking specifically about the original map they launched with.
See, I didn't know.
War,
I thought what I was playing was the zombies mode. I didn't realize it was something different.
A new mode.
They have a normal mode that's just like all the other zombies modes. I feel like with like little tweaks, you know. But it's pretty.
If that's the case, I would have enjoyed it. Yeah. So like, I just didn't know that was the thing. I was just like jumped in there. I was like, dude, what? It was like open world. Like you go to random nav points. There's vehicles and like
there's bosses.
I was like driving a motorcycle and shit. I was like, fuck this. Like it's just too much. Like
you don't like driving motorcycles?
Not in Call of Duty Zombies. Like, no.
I liked it for leveling up weapons. That was about it.
Okay. Let's see. Far Cry 6's main bad guy actor. I'm not gonna try to say his name. I'm sorry.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, you're so good. He discusses his character. Anton Castillo. Yeah, no. See, this is why I don't try to say people's names, dude.
Tortilla. Anyways, what about him? He
talks about his character and getting into his role and stuff. It's a pretty interesting little interview. If you find the time, lots of Far Cry 6.
I like him as an actor.
Me too. I've liked him ever since Breaking Bad. You know, I feel like that's where most of us met him. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Two-Face.
Let's see. Gearbox Publishing and Norsefell Tribes of Midgar Gearbox Publishing and Norsefell's Tribes of Midgar gets a release date.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's going to be coming July 27th. This is one that was actually really cool. Evil Dead got a new gameplay video, and it looks way, way better than I thought it was going to look. Like,
I didn't see this one. The last trailer I saw for it, it looked like a Left 4 Dead clone. Is that
so? It looks more like an Evolve clone than a Left 4 Dead clone, or maybe like a Jason, or not Jason.
Friday the
13th. Yeah.
Like, all the enemies have like health bars and shit above them, right? I think I saw this gameplay.
I don't remember seeing the health bars. I remember like it reminded me of Friday the 13th, the game, or what's that other one, Dead by Daylight. It has a Dead by Daylight vibe, but it's like the graphics on it look like Resident Evil 2 remake or something. Like it looks really, really good. Like I don't know, I'm really impressed. The combat looks fucking tight and like fast and like actiony. I think there was health bars actually. Now that I'm thinking about it,
and like in one part, they showed like some of the executions, and he like
and he
grabbed
got
one,
the head and chopped it off with the shovel.
Yeah, with the shovel. Yeah,
it looked
and
fucking sweet, dude. Yeah.
I love over the top gore and zombie games like
me
that.
too.
Or, I guess this is a demon game, but
oh man, yeah. And you got your signature like chainsaw and like shotgun and stuff, and I don't know. It looked really good, and it was like it was like a PvP thing. So like one person plays like the bad guy or the demon or whatever, and you control your little demon hordes and go after them. And while everybody else tries to find like the spell they need to like banish the demon, you know?
Oh, okay. So it's like whatchamacallit? Like so one person plays as the bad guy.
Yeah. Like Dead by Daylight, pretty much.
Nice.
So it looks really good, except in this one, it's less of like, okay, you're trying to escape, and more of like, okay, you're trying to fight back.
Before
you
you die. Yeah.
So it looks pretty cool. Honestly, the highlight of this particular show to me, Back 4 Blood gameplay trailer shows off a new enemy.
Yeah, it's like a giant, like that thing, the big giant. Was that the new enemy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
yeah, there's like a kaiju-sized fucking monster.
Dude, Back 4 Blood looks pretty freaking sweet, dude. Like,
I'm getting excited.
It's old Valve guys, you know, like
Yeah.
it's gonna be dope.
all the like trailers they showed, and they showed a lot of content for Back 4 Blood this particular past few days.
And some gameplay, like some legitimate gameplay.
Yeah.
There was like, I love the hordes. Like
Yeah.
there's good sized
and there's
hordes.
a PvP mode that
Yeah.
they were talking about that looks really sweet.
That's because in Left 4 Dead there was a PvP that like supposedly lasted forever. Like people to this day like still go on there and play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, anyways, that's it for the Summer of Gaming thing from Jeff Kiley, however you say his name. I'm bad with
Gotcha.
names.
Yeah, some of the Summer of Gaming stuff. I don't know if this is from the same thing, but there was like Doki
Overlap.
Doki Literature Club Plus exclusive reveal.
So wait, do you know fucking anything about that? Because like the names, I'm thinking like Doki Doki. It sounds kind of goofy, but like I heard somebody talking about that the other day, and they were like, "Oh, it's so sad," or blah blah blah. And I didn't know if they were being like sarcastic or if they
No,
were
it's kind of like Shin Megami Tensei type of game.
really.
Yeah.
So I might like this.
As far as I know, that's what it is. It says the same deeply upsetting visual novel that begins as a pleasant dating sim and quickly takes one heck of a turn. Okay, so it's a
it is
visual novel.
Deeply upsetting.
Yes.
So okay.
Deep.
I wonder what's so upsetting about it. I'm like kind of curious. I want to be upset.
The little picture he has
Yeah.
on here is like a depressed anime girl.
Yeah, she's very, very deeply
The
upsetting.
picture I saw looked all like lighthearted and shit, and like somebody's like, "This game destroyed me."
We
It's
got-
like, what the fuck, dude? What happened?
Oh,
We got a-
like
we got a
we got
Twitch
one
bot.
of those a Twitch bot. Hey, Twitch bot. Yeah, no, it's good.
Want to become famous by followers?
You know-
what a bargain!
Yeah. So World War Z Aftermath exclusive reveal. So World War Z Aftermath is an enhanced upgrade of Saber Interactive's co-op zombie horde survival game. The new version includes everything from the World War Z Game of the Year edition, but adds new characters, a new melee system, new undead creatures, and a new first-person mode. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, first person.
Yeah,
mode.
now
That's
it's
fun.
literally just Left 4 Dead.
right? So we got 4 Left 4 Dead games.
Yeah, and there's still more to come. Wait for it. But anyways, Audio Clash Battle of the Bands, it was an exclusive reveal and music video. I guess.
Dude, bring the Guitar Heroes back,
Dude,
man.
I got something for
Yeah,
that.
we got
ass in a second.
definitely revealed. So Audio Clash Battle of the Bands is an auto battling strategy game in which you create musical groups from decks of cards. Co-created by internet sensations The Living Tombstone, Audio Clash will come to Steam early access in Q3 2021.
Decks of cards.
I don't really understand how that works, but that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
And then we got Core Keeper, which was an exclusive reveal, which is just a 2D base building and sandbox mining game coming to PC later this year. Then we got Bramble, the Mountain King, which is a intense side-scrolling horror platformer starring two siblings who sneak out of their home one night and into a nearby forest. Okay.
I can't be scared by side-scrolling games, dude. I dare anybody to make a side-scrolling game that fucking scares me, dude. Like, 'cause that's just, I don't feel like it's possible, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that's possible either. Like, you would literally it'd have to be like you're playing the 2D game and then all of a sudden like a snuff film starts playing. like that they snuck into the game.
I'd have to be playing the 2D game, and then it'd have to like show a video of me like sitting from behind or something.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Then I'd start getting scared of the 2D game.
Because you're technically in 2D in a video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd be down for that. Like, that would actually be pretty tight. If whenever it says like this game like needs access to your camera and like you don't think about it or whatever, you just like click OK, and then like halfway through the game, like you like get into this like serial killer's like house and you go up
And
to the
it's
computer.
you?
No, you like click on the computer. And it says like, oh, he's watching something, and you like click on it, and then it shows you and the camera just like sitting there on the screen. Telling you, dude, we got the thoughts,
Man, I
we
like
got the
that
ideas
idea.
right here. Anyways, so somebody said Doki Doki is great. LOL. That's probably Brian. I'm gonna assume that's Brian. He's the anime boy.
Am I gonna be depressed after I play it?
Yeah,
Deeply
let us
dis-
know.
Let me know about that.
Survival Machine is a unique co-op survival game that asks you to fight your way through a zombie apocalypse while building a town that literally drives its way across the world. What?
Wait, what?
Mortal Machine.
Like, yeah, whatever that
Or-
that
yeah.
movie was
Yeah,
called.
I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got Black Tail, which is new studio. The Parasite Parasite revealed its first game, a first-person action adventure title starring Baba Yaga called Black Tail. Who the fuck is Baba Yaga?
Baba Yaga is the Russian boogeyman, right?
I don't know.
It's some kind of
Sounds right?
No, yeah.
Okay.
It's a
in some
first-person
other-
action
it's
game?
Some European culture.
Then Mortal Shell, The Virtuous Cycle is it says it's getting DLC, which I don't even know what
They've been updating that game a lot.
Yeah. Then we got Death's Gambit Afterlife exclusive platform announcement. So Death's Gambit Afterlife is a hugely expanded edition of the hardcore 2018 action platformer, and it's coming to Nintendo Switch this year.
Okay, so sorry, it is not Russian. It is Slavic. It is a Slavic boogeyman, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they're starring the Slavic boogeyman?
The Baba Yaga.
I'm sorry, but if your name is Baba Yaga, you don't scare me, bro. Go get your name fixed.
Sounds like
What was
something
that
you'd
one,
put on a pita.
What was that one, Babadook? Or
Oh,
The
yeah.
Babadook, dude.
Babadook, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a crazy thing. Anyways, Big Rumble Boxing, Creed Champions. Did you already
yeah,
mention
this is the one we were talking about earlier. So yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I guess they did announce it, and the one show that I that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, it's coming to PC and consoles later this year.
This is a follow up to the VR Creed Champions that came out.
Yeah, and it's going to be set in the Creed movie universe. Players will be able to take on the role of famous characters from the Creed and Rocky films, such as Adonis Creed, Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed, Ivan and Victor Drago,
Yeah.
and then Clubber Lang and others. And then we have The Forgotten City. It's a murder mystery game taking place in ancient Rome based on a popular Skyrim mod. Finally, it has a release date of July 28th on PC and consoles.
Based on a Skyrim mod.
Apparently.
Damn.
Man, I hope that boxing game comes to PC because there's like no good boxing games at all.
Well,
on
that
PC.
one. Did you see the the trailer for that one, it didn't look very good.
It looks better than anything on Steam. Go on Steam right now and look for like boxing or MMA games. They don't exist. Like
That's just like in general. Like they haven't made any boxing games in a long time. Like
yeah, but at least on consoles you can play like EA, UFC,
Like older.
or Fight Night or something. Like
yeah,
they don't have
I remember
any
Fight
of
Night
that
way
shit
back on
on
360. That was like one of the
Fight Night-
showcasing
Fight
games.
Night
when
still
the
holds
360
up. It's a
came out.
dope ass game.
I'm sure it does, but it's weird that they stopped making them. Oh, and Brian said yes, and you got to play it. Don't want to ruin the fun. Ruin. Oh yeah.
Okay,
oh,
yeah, I will play it.
Yeah. So Brent will cry and then come back and tell us what he cried about. How upsetting was it? Anyway, then we got
Deeply.
Unbound Worlds Apart. Unbound Worlds Apart, a Metroidvania where you summon portals as a tactic to reorient your enemies. Now is a release date for July 28th, 2021. Then there's Splitgate, which is finally coming to consoles 2 years after making its free-to-play debut on PC. Splitgate, I don't know what that is. And then there's Black Skylands, a Skypunk open world. What the fuck is Skypunk? You can't just make up
Everything's
shit like
punk,
that.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like,
Steampunk, Skypunk,
yeah, I understand steampunk, but
Atomic
Skypunk?
Punk.
Like, okay, it's an open world top-down shooter in which you fight on land and in gorgeous flying machines, and it will come to Steam Early Access on July 9th. And then there's Skatebird.
Skate punk.
Yeah,
This looks ridiculous.
Skatebird, the miniature-sized skateboarding game starring Birds, will arrive on Nintendo Switch, Xbox
What?
One with backwards compatibility on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Amazon Luna
Are
on
you
August 12th.
skateboarding little birds?
Yes,
Yeah.
no, it's literally
Oh fuck yeah,
it's
dude.
literally little birds
This
on tech
sounds
decks.
tight. Hold up.
They're little birds
Yeah,
on
dude.
tech decks skating in like small areas.
Oh,
and
I'm so mad I missed this fucking conference. This sounds like the fucking one right here, dude. Best of show.
shit.
Best of show. And then there's Sifu, which is a beautifully fluid martial arts action game.
Oh, we saw a little bit of this at the PlayStation thing a while back. One of
yeah.
the state of plays they showed it off.
All they did was like show some more like
That's from the people
gameplay, I
of
think.
Absolver.
They didn't show any gameplay on the original trailer I saw back in the day, so they're probably showing gameplay for the first
yeah,
time.
it's a new
Oh,
game
yeah.
from Absolver creators, Slow Clap.
So I mean, then they're really gonna put in the work for the martial arts in that thing.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be tight. Like the trailer I saw looked pretty sweat.
And then there's Streets of Rage 4 exclusive DLC gameplay trailer. And then there's Martha is Dead. The intense, horrifying mystery is set in Italy during the closing days of World War II. And this new trailer introduces the game's mixture of folklore and all too real horror.
Superman and
Ooh.
Batman are gonna be pissed.
Martha. No, but it looks like a 3D game, so that might be interesting.
Cool.
And then we got Inku Lunati. Inku Lunati is a strategy game drawn in the style of medieval manuscripts, and it showed off a brand new look at the unique proposition. And then Disciples Liberation, which is a new dark fantasy strategy RPG. Unpacking is a mindful puzzle game that tasks you with carefully unpacking boxes into a series of gorgeously illustrated rooms. What?
Yeah, let me do my favorite thing, which is moving.
I feel like what happened was like somebody got a hold of like that Game Maker Garage or whatever on Switch, and they spent like 10 hours in there, and then they were like, dude, I made a game. And IGN was like, we'll show it at our Summer of Gaming. We got Broken Pieces, a psychological thriller mystery set in 1993.
Okay.
It tasks players with escaping a coastal village that's become stuck in time.
Okay.
And then we got Wild Wild West Dynasty. It's a management and life sim set in the Old West. Chernobylite, a survival game set in Chernobyl exclusion zone. And the new trailer gives a glimpse at the game's horror sci-fi setting.
Man, one of the game show I was watching did like fucking free keys for that game, but I watched it like later than everybody else, so I couldn't redeem any of them.
Ah, damn. And then there's Hunted Space, which is a unique space combat game mixing starship dogfighting with cosmic horror as you pilot a fighter to take down twisted gods. And then Arborea is a Souls-like roguelike. Arborea casts you as a troll on a mission to save their tribe by destroying monsters and appeasing the gods, all while exploring generated dungeons and adding equipment and mutations to your trolls. And then finally, Still Rising, the alternate history game set amid the French Revolution. It just revealed its storyline, so that's about it. That was everything from Summer of Gaming. So now we have the important stuff.
Yeah.
The Xbox Bethesda.
Well, no. Next we have the Upload VR showcase.
Oh, I forgot there was a VR showcase.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh.
Yes, this is my highlight of the thing so far.
Yeah.
So, okay, they started off, it's kind of a short showcase, but it was short and sweet. They started off with Fract, which is a PSVR exclusive, and it looks really sweet, dude. Like, the gameplay starts with you, like, skiing down a mountain, shooting people, like, while you're skiing down the mountain, and then you, like, infiltrate this facility, and the graphics are all, like, cartoony looking, and, like, you're climbing up, and, like, you're on this train, and, like, the train goes over an edge, and, like, you're hanging off the train. It looks pretty crazy.
Some like James Bond
sounds
shit.
like a
Yeah,
good
some James
story.
Bond kind of shit, definitely. It looks interesting. It's good to know that PSVR people are still getting a little love over there. Then we got a trailer for Larcenauts, which is seriously one of the most exciting looking VR games I've seen in a long time. This game is like a hero shooter, it seems, but it's like with an emphasis on like capture the flag. So like you're trying to get a ball and like you can pass it to your teammates and like you're trying to shoot the person with the ball on the other team. It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Me talking about it doesn't really do it justice. There's like tons of characters and each character has their own abilities, it seems like.
Nice.
The graphics look really sharp. This one to definitely look out for. They had a trailer for Waltz of the Wizard's Natural Magic. I don't know if this is going to be a whole new game or like DLC for the existing Waltz of the Wizard game, but I think it's going to be a whole new game. Waltz of the Wizard is kind of a basic game as it is. It's like a $10 game where you like are in a room just doing magic on shit, but it's really, really good. So I'm excited to see what these developers do with the new update. Or maybe not an update, maybe a whole new game. I think it's a whole new game. But I like the developers, so. They did a thing on Song in the Smoke, and it was this guy basically talking about the VR game, and he's like, I wanted to make a breathing open world. He's like, I wanted to make all the animals like react to you realistically. He's like, I watched my kids chase fish around in a VR pond today for an hour just with a little net, and they're like, he's like, when the deer see you from a distance, they'll like look at you, and then based on the AI algorithms of like how full they are or how scared they are, they'll like wait for a certain amount of time before they take off, and like different things like that. He's like,
What?
it was.
Why don't you just fucking walk outside?
I want to be outside.
I'm gonna make a game of outside.
Dude, it looks cool, and he showed him with a bow, and he's like hunting and like making fires and stuff. This is
Okay,
definitely
I like
one to
this
look
thing.
out for.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, this one looks cool. Or never mind, it doesn't look cool. Actually, it looks kind of cool, medium cool, not the one I was thinking of.
Make up your mind, Brent.
This game is called Against. Okay, there's another game coming out called Against, and it's like a pistol whip kind of game, but instead of shooting people, you're like cutting people with a knife or hitting people with brass knuckles or something. It's like a punching and kicking version of Pistol Whip, basically, with like a noir kind of setting instead of like a trippy 3D. I don't know.
Now it's Melee.
Yeah, now it's Melee. Looks interesting. This one is one I'm looking forward to, though. It's called Unplugged, okay? So this game is basically fucking Guitar Hero in VR, and it uses the Oculus Quest's hand tracking to, like, track your hands and, like, see what you're doing. So you, like, hit the notes like this, and you, like, I don't know. It looked really freaking sweet. And it's got, like, licensed music from, like, The Offspring and, like, other dope bands.
I mean,
so-
that's a badass concept, but hand tracking still has a ways to go.
I think a hand tracking not with fingers, but more so
No,
moving
with
down,
your
up and down the.
it shows your fingers and, like
fretting.
it was
Wow,
like
that's weird.
it was I don't know, man. And I've played games like, okay,
fretting. Is that
some
a correct
games
term?
use the hand tracking way better than
Not
other
a
ones.
musician.
It's like hand tracking labs, for example. That
Yeah.
game is pretty good. Like, have you tried that?
Yeah. I mean, and I've messed with the current hand track. It just got an update not too long ago too. But I think to be able to be accurate enough to like do like a Guitar Hero game.
I mean,
don't
all
know.
you're gonna do is like 2 fingers, 3 fingers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm thinking it can tell. You know what I mean? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
isn't the only hand tracking game that was announced, though. Fucking, there's another one later. I'll go ahead and talk about it now, called Into Hoop. And basically, the whole game is just you shooting basketballs at like a fucking like hoop, like arcade hoop, you know. But you can use hand tracking. You can play the whole game with just your bare hands and a VR headset and like shoot hoops at a fucking virtual hoop. I
That's
don't know.
pretty cool.
It seemed cool to me.
That's like, it's because I mean the hand tracking is still fairly new. It's kind of like when iPhones and stuff first came out with the touch screens. You had those super simple games that just mess with the touch screen.
It's pretty impressive to me for what it is.
No,
I don't know.
I think I get what Devin's saying on that. Like the basketball thing makes sense because you're using your whole hand to catch something, but with the guitar thing, you're like moving individual fingers, like
It's a lot more intricate
See,
tracking.
I think it's just gonna be like chords, though. I don't think you're gonna be like shredding solos
Oh,
or anything.
okay.
Like I think
Well,
it's
that makes
just
sense
gonna be
then.
like form this chord and hit it X amount of times in different places on the guitar.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
that makes more sense.
But-
I was thinking like you're just like hoping that you're hitting the right fret, like or whatever.
I'm betting they'll do some kind of like free form solo thing whenever like I bet
Yeah.
they won't expect you to hit like individual notes. We'll see. Anyways, Sam and Max got a VR game coming. It looks like an escape room game.
That's
but,
weird.
Sam and Max, that's a pretty big thing, I guess. Pistol Whip is adding more stuff like bullet hell and like deep customization options, and I think they're adding a whole new like campaign mode pretty soon. Pistol Whip is one of those games that has grown to just be like enormous. Like it started out as like a pretty good game and has just become like a massive monster of a game. So I don't know. It's definitely worth the price of admission. Let's see. Rhythm of the Universe, Iona, is coming Q3 2021, and it will support wildlife stuff. So, like, I think 5% of each purchase goes to the Steve Irwin Foundation or some shit.
Nice.
I don't really know much about the game, but it looks pretty. I Expect You to Die 2 is coming this summer. It's basically an escape the room kind of game. It looks really good. The first one was really good. Traffic Jams is coming to PSVR in August. Looks absolutely awful. You're just like a guy like conducting traffic and making people get run over and stuff.
There's that one bus game.
Do what?
There's that one bus game a couple weeks back that you were just literally a bus driver.
There's
Sounds
a bus game? Is it a VR?
Was it?
No, it's just a
No,
bus sim.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
Just
a
bus sim.
I was like, I could see that being okay in VR. And then they announced Green Hill in VR.
Ooh.
So, ooh.
They announced Green Hell in VR.
think I
It's
know
coming
who
to
that
Quest and PC. And both the Quest and PC ports are going to be handled by different developers. So it should be
What?
interesting to see how that plays
And
out.
what is this? I'm sorry, I was.
Green Hell.
yeah.
Oh, that's the
It's like a survival
Yeah,
game.
like a wildlife survival game.
Yeah, I think it's got like cannibals or something in it too. It's probably like The Forest, but like slightly less scary. I don't know.
Love cannibals.
Then we got After the Fall, which is basically Left 4 Dead in VR. So, another one of those.
If that one plays as good as it looks, it could be pretty good. The trailer, I saw
After
the trailer
fall,
for After the
it
Fall.
looks pretty good. It's co-op too, so it'd be a lot more fun with a friend, I'm sure. We got Demio and Realm of the Rat King launching later this month. So Demio's getting an update, Blastion's getting an update. These are all from the same developers. And Realm of the Rat King is launching later this month. And we got another look at Sniper Elite VR, which is coming later, not too far from now, maybe next month or something like that.
pretty soon. That one too. If that one plays as good as it looks,
Yeah.
if we don't have another Medal of Honor on our hands, it could be really
I
good.
want to try Medal of Honor myself because like I've been seeing a lot of people say Medal of Honor is not as bad as everybody makes it out to be lately. But I don't know if my computer could handle it, which has been my big thing keeping me from buying it. You
Yeah,
know?
the Sniper Elite looks like it's going to be very demanding.
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably buy that native on Quest, honestly, just so I can have it anywhere I go.
Oh, there is going to be a quest.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Nerf Ultimate Champions is coming to Oculus Quest in 2022. So they're making a competitive Nerf game. That's
Nerf or
coming in
nothing.
2022. And A Township Tale is bringing co-op VR fantasy to Oculus Quest in July. So,
Yeah, we interviewed them.
Yeah, we did.
Serena Hack.
Quite a while ago. Good people over there at Township Tale, at the company that made them. That game. So check that out and be excited because it's
Nerf
one of the
this.
better looking games,
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Alana said, "Ooh, Nerf this."
Nerf or nothing. I choose nothing. No. That's it for the VR stuff, though, Brent?
Yeah, that's it for the VR showcase.
Then what is there? Because I'm guessing I missed some stuff if it's not Xbox.
You know, it might not all be chronological here, so the Xbox is it's probably all mixed up, but I'm just going to give it to you how I got it written down. Sorry.
Yeah, if it's not Xbox, or I say we save Xbox stuff for last because
Sure.
it's going to be boring to go from Xbox to like
everything else.
to PC random boring stuff.
Hey, the PC gaming show is the best one out of the bunch, if you ask me. Honestly,
The best out of the bunch.
this year specifically, the only people that beat the PC gaming show is Xbox until tomorrow, unless something happens.
Yeah,
Oh, but what about PlayStation? Oh wait.
I'll wait.
Oh wait.
I still think they're gonna do something pretty soon. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, of course they have to.
We were looking it up earlier, and they have not announced a state of play anytime soon.
Well, they haven't
They had
announced
one last
anything.
month. I mean,
Yeah, it was
Yeah, on
like
the
the
27th.
27th. Yeah, pretty recent.
anyways, they had a whole segment of E3 about this game called Naraka Blade Point. It's
looks
basically really tight looking. It's like a ninja battle royale game where everybody's got freaking ninja swords and they're shooting grappling hooks up.
Looks
into
like
the
Tenchu. Like if
Battle
Tenchu
Royale?
Battle
Yeah.
Royale, yeah.
Fucking sign
Yeah.
me
But like
up.
way more like sped up.
yeah, like Sekiro.
like
kinda.
arcadey, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
It looked
It looks
really good. It definitely should be fun. Something to keep your eye on.
It's probably going to be pay to play though. It won't be a free to play. From what I've read on it, it's probably going to be pay to play, which is good
Yeah.
because that means that you won't have a bunch of hackers and shit.
A bunch
Hopefully,
of microtransactions fucking the game up.
Well, that doesn't.
Okay, let's see. So the Ubisoft Forward. We got hit with the Ubisoft Forward.
more like Ubisoft backwards, dude.
Dang!
So boring. So
Dang!
boring. No, it wasn't that bad. It was just
It
kinda
wasn't
bad.
that great either,
Yeah.
though. They did the Rainbow Six Extraction. Oh my God.
What happened?
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with the internet right now.
The intranet.
Let me reload this real quick.
There we go.
Okay, so we did the Rainbow Six Extraction trailer. If this will load.
Yeah. Which is like the quarantine game.
Yeah,
it was originally
it's
called
Rainbow
that.
Six Quarantine, but they changed the name. Looks pretty cool, you know.
Looks like Rainbow Six.
Looks like Rainbow Six. It's like a PvE 1 to 3 player co-op game. I'm probably gonna play it. You know, I'm not like super hyped about it, but I'm probably gonna play it. Let's see. We got crossplay on Rainbow Six Siege.
That wasn't already a thing.
I don't think so.
I guess
Damn.
not. It's coming in 2022.
They want to keep the hackers out, bro. They saw what happened to Warzone.
Right. Let's see. Far Cry Season 6 pass. They talked about Far Cry Season 6 and how you're going to be able to be the villain. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like some extra shit. Like they're
It's like-
already showing a season pass to a game that's not even out yet.
They did that with Far Cry 5 too.
Yeah.
They had a whole roadmap for each DLC before the game even launched for Far Cry 5.
I'm
Like,
excited for Far Cry 6, but at the same time, the more they keep showing of it, the less I'm excited about it. Like I don't know why. Like I don't know if it's because I'm seeing too much of it or if it's just the way that the game is looking. Like I'm excited about Gian whatever his name
Giancarlo?
is. Yeah, that guy. But like I'm always excited about the villains, but I think it's the setting. Like the setting doesn't look as beautiful as like a normal Far Cry game
I
does.
think it's going to be diverse. I think with the place they're in, you're going to have different locales. Like you're going to have like the city environment, but there's also going to be like the tropical environment.
Super jungle.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there's going to be like some different stuff that they're not showing in the trailers, like setting wise, like because like all the browns and like just like nothing, like the dirt, it's just like dirt everywhere.
I
it's
actually
just
kind of
like-
like the setting. I feel like it's a nice change of pace from the last game. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel like it's like a throwback to whenever like every game was just like all the textures were brown and stuff like on the 360. You know, like back in that generation when they were like, we got to make it look gritty and real, so we'll just make everything brown rocks. This is like, I don't want that. But like I said, I'm assuming once I actually play it, there will be like cool settings like waterfalls and all that shit.
Oh yeah. My thing is like I'm not really that hyped about Far
Yeah,
Cry
I'm-
6,
I'm
but
not
like
either.
but it's not because I don't want to play it. It's because I already know that I'm going to like it and like I don't really need to get hyped about it. It's like I know I'm going to like Far Cry. You could give me any kind
Yeah.
of Far Cry and I'm going to like that shit. You know what
True,
I mean?
true.
Okay, so then they announced Mario and Rabbids 2 Spark of Hope. So there's a sequel to Mario and Rabbids coming.
Which that game got like amazing reviews. The original.
People
so,
love that shit, dude.
yeah.
People are still like, it's like XCOM with Mario, I guess.
Yeah.
Then they announced Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, which is like an Avatar game.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Which I find strange that they're putting it out like before the sequel comes out, and the
Right.
fact that it's like been 10 years since the movie came out.
I mean, they gotta hype up the movie.
And this
like-
is James Cameron Avatar for all you
Yeah.
youngsters out there that missed this era. You
But
know what I mean?
somebody made somebody on the Discord I was playing with made a good remarked that, oh yeah, well the new Avatar thing just came out in Disney World or whatever, so they gotta hype that up.
I think this
Oh,
is
yeah, I
their way
remember
of
our co-
hyping
yeah.
up the movie. I really think that this is all about drumming up hype for
well,
the
with
new
the
movie
park
coming
and the
out.
game, it's like, just like refresh attention to
Getting
the,
Exactly.
to the
people
world.
excited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're trying to get
But-
people hyped up about the world before they drop this movie that's going to have a massive budget.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, I just don't even know if like I don't think anything can get me hyped for Avatar at this point.
I don't think. I
Like,
think
you-
it's going to flop, dude. I really.
Yeah, after $10 billion put into the movie or whatever.
You
Like,
know?
see, that's my thing. Like, you could literally like tell me that I'm gonna be in the movie and I wouldn't watch it. Like, you could be like, like, I don't give a
Get
fuck.
your face scanned and be in the movie.
Yeah, like I don't care. Like,
I actually think this game is going to be pretty good. Just like judging by like the cinematic that
it's
they
first
showed.
person. Yeah,
It looks interesting, but like it's hard to get excited about Avatar. It's like
yeah.
I didn't really like the movie that much, you know? Everybody's like
Dude,
obsessed.
people love that
People
movie. It
love
makes
it.
no sense.
I mean,
it wasn't a
it-
bad movie.
it broke
It just
records.
wasn't like
It broke the records.
Yeah,
it was
it-
the
Yeah.
number one
Until-
selling movie of all time.
yeah, until like In-Game or something
Yeah.
recently. And I think even it might have even come back into theaters and broke In-Game's record.
It did,
again
yeah.
or
It came back
something.
and broke it
Like,
again.
Yeah.
Like, people are just like, I love Pocahontas. Like, that's all this is. It's literally just Pocahontas, or like
Pocahontas, yeah.
Ferngully, or like, you know,
Yeah. Ferngully's my shit.
Ferngully was dope. Yeah, that should have broke records.
Man,
But
for real.
anyways,
If everybody just watched Ferngully as a kid, the world would be a better place.
we
you
wouldn't
know?
need Avatar. Anyways.
Okay, Watch Dogs Legion got a Bloodline expansion where they're bringing back the character from the first game, and he's going to do some shit in the new game. Let's see. More Rainbow Six Extraction. They did a gameplay deep dive. And they did Rocksmith Plus announcement. Did you see
Goodness,
this?
Yes, I saw that.
I don't hate this. I don't know. It seems kind of interesting to me.
I don't hate it, but who the fuck's gonna pick up a guitar and play a fucking game nowadays? Like, it just doesn't. It's not gonna happen.
But it's like not even a game anymore, really. It's
Isn't
like
it a teacher?
it
it's
just
like a
teaches you how to
lesson,
play
yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, or you could just go on YouTube and like, you know, literally learn anything.
Yeah, but you can't like play the song at half speed on YouTube and like have like direct instructions on specific things about the song. And like they have like chat rooms you can go in and like share tips and stuff together. I don't know. I feel like it's
No,
pretty
it's
neat.
cool. It's really cool, but I just don't think it's gonna take off like they're assuming.
No,
like,
I
feel
don't
like
think it's gonna.
You're
take
gonna
off.
go into that chat room and it's gonna be you. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, and one, like, maybe one other guy, and he's gonna be like, I don't know how to play either.
No,
And then you guys are
I don't
And then
expect
y'all
it
are
to
gonna
blow
figure
up.
it out together, and then become the next Tenacious D. That's what's
Oh,
gonna
I
But
like
happen.
even
that.
if you
Yeah.
just get it and learn the roster of songs that they teach you on the game, I feel like you'd be better for it. You know what I mean? And apparently it adapts to your skill level. So if you're like really good, it'll like give you harder lessons, and if you're really bad, it'll give you easier lessons. You know?
I feel like they must have like some kind of contract that says they have to put out a fucking Rocksmith game every like 10 years or so. Like, why do they do this?
They've
Like,
only made one other Rocksmith game.
no, there was there was two of them. It was like there were two Rocksmith games, and
Are
then
you sure about
I'm
that?
almost positive. Hold on, can you check that? Devin?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I see you going for the
I like
internet.
that you can do acoustic and electric also on this one.
So Rocksmith 2014. So I'm assuming there was a Rocksmith before it.
Yeah, why would they put 2014?
Yeah,
if
there was-
yeah, 2011 and then 2014.
Oh, okay.
See, I knew there was two of them, and it's like a very huge like time span between them. There was like what 3 or 4 years
3
before.
years. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody must be buying these bitches if they're not even gonna make Days Gone 2, and they're gonna make fucking 3 Rocksmiths.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what
it's
I'm
gotta
saying.
be cheaper than an
Somebody's
actual
like,
tutor.
some dude's like, we got to put out another Rocksmith, and they're just like,
It probably is cheaper than getting fucking guitar lessons though, and probably
Yeah.
more useful than getting guitar lessons. Frankly,
it better
you know
come
what I
with a
mean?
guitar though.
yeah. Well, you can use. That's the cool thing. You can use any guitar with it. You know what I mean? Including an acoustic guitar.
True.
I don't know.
I might check it out.
They did a deep dive on Riders Republic. If
It's
you're
like the open world X
Eh.
Mm-hmm.
games.
yeah, it looks kind
Eh,
of.
I'll stick with steep. even though I don't have the ground shit, like, cause they added what, bikes and shit into it.
Yeah. They talked about For Honor Year 5 Season 2, so they're just going on and on with that game. Trackmania Royal Mode World Cup, talked about that. They talked about a crossover with Brawlhalla and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. And they talked about the Crew 2 developer update. I don't know why they're still doing shit with the Crew 2.
Yeah. What?
They
Is that
talked-
game even out?
The Crew 2?
Yeah.
It's been out for a long time.
I didn't
Has
even
it?
think people that was.
It was.
still
It came out like years ago.
Yeah, a
Like-
long time.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
straight up. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint 20th year anniversary.
No.
I don't
What?
under. That's what it says.
Maybe Tom Clancy.
Maybe Tom Clancy's 20th year.
Yeah.
'Cause Breakpoint came out kind of recently. Assassin's Creed Valhalla put out a roadmap for their content, but I don't have time to read it to you.
Yeah, they're
so-
gonna. It's like Valhalla, Helheim, and
Yeah, some kind of Viking shit. Check it out. And yeah, I think that's pretty.
They
much
also mentioned there's like some weird like multiplayer game, right? That's like it's got like Splinter Cell, like
Oh, the
Ghost
three
Recon.
factions.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Did
I
they say
don't-
anything about that? in
It
the-
doesn't have it on here for some reason. But
Maybe that's
I
what that
definitely-
Breakpoint thing was.
Maybe. Oh no, it's.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was that called?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
man.
know, but it wasn't
But
worth
you're right.
anything.
There is a fucking thing like that I saw, and also they talked about a Netflix Far Cry show they're making. So
and Netflix Splinter Cell show.
yeah.
They put out a teaser on Twitter, which was just a picture of Sam Fisher, like in whatever the art style is going to be for the Netflix show. But
Oh, because it's animated.
yeah, it's animated.
Mm.
Not going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead
This is
and
a fucking Splinter Cell game. Goddamn.
Going out on a limb there.
yeah, I'm just going out on a limb. You know, big opinions here.
It's gonna get one season and then get canceled.
All right, Brent, what do we got next?
All right, moving on to the Gearbox showcase. See if my fucking phone.
You just
will
have to
work.
hit back. It's just fucking. They put an ad that just takes over your entire phone.
Okay, Gearbox Showcase. Godfall's coming to PS4, even though they claimed it was going to be a PS5 exclusive.
Oh, yeah, it's because the game did
Wonder
not
what? Yeah, I was
sell.
like, wonder why.
Flopped. Tribes of Midgard developer commentary. So I guess they played some Tribes of Midgard, had some developer commentary. Check it out if you want to see it. Homeworld 3 is in production, a real-time strategy game. Apparently Homeworld 2 was a big deal way back in the day. Tiny Tina, a tiny update on Tiny Tina's Wonderland happened.
See
So
what they did there.
there you go.
What was the update?
It was just more about the game.
Oh, okay.
It showed some dragons and people fighting dragons with guns.
Probably pretty tiny.
Actual
I think
gameplay, or was
no,
it a CGI?
No, it's the same trailer they showed at the other one.
Stupid.
Let's see. They did behind the scenes of the Borderlands movie. They talked to Eli Roth about it and stuff. And that's pretty much it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That was a sad showcase.
It was a sad little showcase.
All right, what else?
All right, moving on.
Po little Ubisoft.
Okay, we're saving Xbox for last. Let's go on to Square Enix.
Or Gearbox.
Final Fantasy. No.
Square Enix was actually pretty interesting to me. A lot of people were really hating on it, but they showed off a Guardians of the Galaxy game that looks like, I don't even like Guardians of the Galaxy, but this looks really dope to me. Like,
It looks like it could be entertaining.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of the gameplay.
it shows like, okay, so it mixes together like elements of like decision making and stuff from like narrative kind of games where you like they're having conversations and then you get to pick what happens next. Like, okay, we throw Rocky Raccoon over the canyon or we don't, and like he throws him over the canyon and it's like Rocky Raccoon is pissed off at you now, like, you know. And then the combat looks pretty good. It's like he's like sliding around shooting everybody, and then like you give the order and Drax jumps in and hits him with an axe or something. You know,
What?
it looks pretty good. Like all around, like I said,
Not based on the movie though. It's based on like the more comic-y look, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They even have like
most
what's
of
his
the
name has,
characters have
yeah.
like a different look altogether. Like
Yeah.
the raccoon and the tree look about the same.
And the tree. He literally says his name like
That's all
24/7.
What is it again?
I am tree.
I am tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they look about the same, but like you
I haven't
know.
even watched that movie and I know
What's his
name.
name's got
Groot.
like highlight blonde hair, highlighter blonde hair.
Yeah. Anyways, that looks pretty good. It looks like they learned from their Avengers faux pas and like corrected made this one just a strictly single player RPG. It showed him like leveling up and stuff, so
Yeah, they made it a point to say no multiplayer.
yeah, they made a big point about how it was a single player game. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. So they're remastering the first 6 Final Fantasy games. And they're all going to be coming soon to Steam, Android, and iOS.
I watched the trailer for that and it literally doesn't look any different.
It
Like I don't
doesn't.
understand what the remaster
Yeah, how is it
part is.
remastered? That's what I want to know. If you're going to remaster that shit, make it like the fucking 2D, 3D thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
or
know?
call it, actually just call like make it a remaster, but it's just a port. They're literally just porting the games. Like I don't understand how they can call it that. Like,
Yeah, don't say remaster, dude. Like I hate that word when it's not like
an actual remaster.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a dirty word.
Dirty word. These.
Okay, and then we got Legend of Mana, an actual remaster. It's coming to Switch and PS4 and Steam on June 24th.
Never played that game, but I used to have the CD of the album or like the soundtrack.
A lot of people are real hyped about this one specifically.
Yeah.
Marvel Avengers got a trailer for the Black Panther expansion coming. I don't know if it's coming soon, but it's coming in 2021. So,
Cool.
if you're still playing that game, then then it's out there coming. Hitman Sniper: The Shadows is a puzzle game coming to mobile pretty soon. It looks like just a sniper Hitman game for mobile. I don't know. It didn't look terrible. Didn't look great.
Like actual Hitman.
Yeah, like like
Okay.
Agent 47 Hitman.
Yeah.
Nier Reincarnation was announced, which
Another Nier game.
and it's for mobile, which
Okay.
is interesting. It's the first Nier game in the mobile universe, apparently. But it should be cool to have a decent action RPG on your phone, I guess, if you're into that. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. The popular mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius celebrates its 5th anniversary with in-game rewards starting from June 17th. Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, another mobile game. A lot of mobile games. A mobile battle royale game set within the world of Final Fantasy VII.
How?
The First Soldier will see players take on the role of a member of Soldier as they attempt to be the last fighter standing. Players will make use of a variety of weaponry, mainly firearms, as well as magical abilities and gadgets to win the day. The game launches in 2021 for iOS and Android.
Wow.
Then we had Babylon's Fall. Developed in collaboration with Platinum Games, Babylon's Fall will see players take on the role of Sentinel as they enter the Tower of Babylon to search for adventure and treasure. Third-person action game features Platinum Games trademark chaotically strategic combat, juggles with combos, blah, blah, blah. Life is Strange is getting a remastered collection. I really enjoyed the Life is Strange games, but I'm also not really impressed with the remaster they're doing. They did one of those shots where it's like the normal game, and then it like pans over with the remastered graphics, and it's like it didn't look that much better. Like it kept like
Yeah,
showing
it looked
the
exactly the
it
same.
kept showing the shot, and then it would be like, and you'd like you'd think it's just gonna be dope, and it's just like a little bit better lighting. Like, and her chin has like a little more definition. It's like.
Square's the only people that can get away with just like they literally did nothing, but they're just like it's a remaster, and like they just literally just put the same game over the thing, like they overlap it with the same shot.
That's
like
what it
and
looked like. It looked like her face was like turned a little more or something, and it was the same fucking shot. Like,
it's like,
anyways,
damn.
I love Life is Strange though, so I might play it anyway. Life is Strange True Colors, by the way, got some gameplay trailer. This is one I'm hyped about. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the series, so we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we get? Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. The recently rumored Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is developed by Team Ninja and will place a more action-oriented spin on the Final Fantasy franchise. The game will feature challenging, punishing combat. Turn-based encounters will not make an appearance. Stranger of Paradise will draw inspiration from the Neo series of games as players adopt the role of Jack, who, with his allies Ash and Jed, set out on a quest to defeat evil chaos. Blah blah blah. That's it. That's all
They
you
should
got.
really just have made they just need to make an actual JRPG with amazing graphics. I feel like they're afraid to do it. Even with the most recent Final Fantasy, where it's an action JRPG. You know,
Graphics weren't good enough on that.
No. I'm saying an actual JRPG, with turn-based combat.
Okay.
Just take the whole idea of Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy VII, with the new Final Fantasy VII graphics, but just make it turn-based. Why? I want to see.
Yakuza Like a Dragon kind of did that, and they got rave reviews.
That's what I'm saying. They need to just make more of those. I don't know why they're afraid to do that. They're just no, it's got to have some kind of jump around action, or people
it
will
would
play
better, especially Final Fantasy VII did it okay, the just normal action, not turn-based. But I didn't like Final Fantasy 15's combat.
No,
that
me
much
either. It
at
was
all.
boring. I felt like I wasn't doing anything.
It was weird and felt just kind of disjointed. It was almost my biggest problem with the whole game.
It was kind of, it just it didn't put you. It wasn't immersive. Something
No.
about it just felt like I was button mashing. You know, and
Same
that's what
here.
I mean.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who feels that way.
I like button mashing.
You would.
I hate turn-based so much.
So then they did a whole Back for Blood thing. They showed a lot of stuff about it. The PvP thing I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Definitely worth
Wait,
checking out.
which
What
one
fucking
is this at?
It was its own thing. Warner Brothers had a whole 30-minute segment of
Oh,
E3
okay.
where they just talked about Back for Blood.
I need to watch that one, but it feels like there wasn't a single conference that didn't mention Back for Blood.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
all
was at
over
everything.
the place. People are they're really hyping this game up.
Watch it be bad.
Right.
Shh, shut up.
Then let's move on to the Future Games show. Let's see.
I would be so sad if it doesn't turn out.
What the fuck is the future game show?
I guess games that are coming in the future. I don't know.
I don't know. The
All
whole E3.
Okay, so Instinction. Future Game Show kicked off with the world premiere of Instinction, a single-player co-op dinosaur slaying game. I've noticed a lot of dinosaur games, too.
And how's it called Instinction whenever Second Extinction is a thing? It's almost the exact same game, too.
yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
So you solve puzzles, you explore lush environments, and you kill prehistoric pests. So there you go.
Wow. It calls them pests.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't sound challenging at all.
Let's see. We got Grow, Song of the Evertree. Let's see. This is from Prideful Sloth. It's a sandbox game where you must plant, nurture, and explore unique worlds.
No.
Moving
No,
on.
just
We talked about Jurassic World Evolution 2 again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, then they rapid fired a bunch of little games at us. They talked about The Tale of Paper, Get Packed Fully Loaded, Gatewalkers, Gametic, I don't know, Backbone, Beacon Pines. All these are indie games. Trifox, Timberborn, The Rift Breaker, and there you go. And then they talked about Esports Boxing Club, which might actually be the game that I'm looking for because it looks pretty good compared to the Creed game.
So you get good at this and you're in the esports or what? I don't understand.
I don't know why it's called Esports Boxing Club.
Makes me think of Wii Sports. Dude,
But
Wii Sports boxing was the shit.
Dude, this game looks like the shit. It's got real boxers and stuff in it, which is a huge thing that's hard to do with licensing. It's got realistic cuts and bruises and stuff, and
Is that the one that's hyper real looking graphics and
it
everything?
looks like Fight Night or something. It doesn't necessarily look super
not
real. It's but
are they trying to
pretty real.
make it to where you can they're obviously trying to make it esports. So they want people to play this to the point to where they're doing
Competitively.
tournaments.
yeah,
and
it's
competitive.
online and stuff for sure. I don't know. I'm excited about it. You know me. I'm all about those combat games. And like I said, there's not enough of them on PC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I saw it is the one that I'm thinking of. Did you see the gameplay for it? And stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked like pretty damn, like they're going for pretty close realism.
It
and
gets
everything.
better and better too. Like it's been, I've seen like early production footage of it like a year ago or something, and it's come a long way since then. So
This is your shot to take your UFC video game skills, Brent, and
take
become
them
a
and
pro
apply 'em
gamer.
to the next level, dude.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
become a pro gamer.
And like the movement and everything looks really good. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to do
And
it.
they got all kinds of
do
like
it
real
right.
boxes. Like you can be Muhammad Ali and stuff. It looks pretty cool.
Nice.
Then they talked about Hell Let Loose, which seems pretty cool. It's a 100-player World War II shooter. It looks pretty cool. I
That's
mean,
interesting.
100 players, World War II.
That's
The graphics look pretty decent. Like
100 player, like, is it a battle royale or like just a
it says
shooter?
real-time strategy, metagame, and authentic battlefields. I think it's just a normal
Oh,
shooter.
okay,
I
okay.
think it's like Battlefield or something. But like,
It said real time strategy.
I don't know, man.
It's not 128. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I know the video I saw of it was like, first-person shooter action. That's what it
Yeah.
looked like to me. Then we talked about Red Solstice 2 Survivors, 8-player co-op, XCOM, basically.
That was in our this week's releases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
coming
there you
out.
go. So we did have one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lake got a gameplay trailer. This one kind of sounds interesting. It's like basically you're this lady who like left her old life and you go to be a mail deliverer in this town, and like you're just living like a normal quaint life in this little town, and you deliver mail and you go hang out with your friends and stuff, and it's basically just like a life simulator. From what I could tell with the trailer, there's no like conflict or anything. It's just like you're just living your life as this lady delivering mail. Like, I don't know. It looked
So if you
really...
always wanted to be an elder lady who delivers mail.
Man,
This is the sim for you.
Yeah, in 15 years we're gonna have a sim for everything where you
Dude.
don't ever have to leave your living room.
Red Bull drinking sim.
Yeah,
This is
you
like,
got that
alright.
nature sim, that one VR guy.
I was about to say, we're about to have that. Okay, and then we got Eldest Souls. It's like a Souls-like game,
It's a good way to just get everyone hyped for your game. Almost call it Elder Scrolls.
right? And Dark Souls.
Elder Souls.
Then we got another World War II game called Enlisted. This is another large-scale squad-based shooter. It seems just as interesting as that other game we were talking about. I kind of want to let them both come out and then buy whichever one looks better, because they both look really good. I don't know. I'm all about a World War II game. That sounds fun right now.
Yeah.
Then we got Severed Steel. I don't know much about this. Got aerial acrobatics. Got fast shooting, sliding,
Rootin' tootin'.
rootin' tootin'. Let's see. And then they did the future hits montage where they rapid fired another like 10 games at us. So I'll just blast those at you like they did with me. Dice Legacy, Gestalt, Steam and Cinder, Iron Corbo, Kung Fu Janitor, Definitely Not Fried Chicken Incorporated, Ranch Simulator, Shim, Slit, or no, I'm sorry, Silt, not Slit, and Dome King Cabbage. So, and then they announced Sonic Colors Ultimate, which looks kind of cool. It's like it almost looks like, that the 3D, the new Mario Bros. That's like 3D, but it's side-scrolling.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the Mario, or the Sonic equivalent of that, basically.
Wait, so that's not the remaster of Sonic Colors?
Oh, I don't know. Is there already a Sonic Colors game? Because that's what
Yeah.
it looks like to me. Is like it's side-scrolling, but then every now and then it'll go like
3D.
3D.
Yeah,
but
that's Sonic Colors.
Oh, okay,
that
yeah.
was a game that came out on the Wii, I think, or it came out on the Wii, and like on Xbox. It came out on everything back in the day, but they announced like a remaster of it.
Well, it looks pretty good. I definitely would play it. Then they announced a game called Starmancer. Basically, you're an AI controlling a space station. They announced a game called Kiwi, where you're two little kiwi birds working in a mailroom trying to like decipher mail. I don't know. It looks really cute and fun, and it's like a co-op game. It's one you'd play with your girlfriend or something, Then we got Death Run TV. It's like a roguelite game. And then they talked about Chernobylite, which is another one that seems to be showing up at almost every show. It's like, it's got that same kind of vibe as like Atomic Heart and like,
Yeah.
you know, like Stalker.
Stalker, yeah.
Anyways, then Team 17 did a little showcase where they talked about Hell Let Loose and Honey, I Joined a Cult and some other random things. And then a game called Harold Halibut was talked about, and it's got a really, really cool art style. Basically, like, the whole game is done in, like, a stop-motion, like, Wallace and Gromit type art. Like, they took a picture of, like, a stop-motion character, and then they animated the character with, like, fucking, like a program on the computer that moves real people's movements into these, like, dolls, basically.
Like bring them to life. and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, it's pretty interesting how they did it.
It's
I
like
don't
just
know.
animation rigging, but in a game.
Yeah,
Huh.
and the result is like a basically a stop motion like movie, like Nightmare Before Christmas or something. It
Oh,
it
that's
looks
pretty cool.
really, really cool, and I think it's gonna be a neat game. Yeah,
I feel like I'm not creative enough for something like that.
right.
I'd
me
be like,
either.
oh yeah, I'm gonna make something cool, and then it just fucking sucks.
Dude, same here. Okay, and then they announced this game called Happy Game, which looks really weird. It starts out and you're like this happy face guy walking around, and then it starts getting really morbid, and there's like this fucking monster that like picks him up and like tries to eat him and shit, and there's like blood everywhere and like dead happy guys pulling their heads off and shit. Obviously,
What?
it's not a very happy game despite being called the Happy Game.
It's quite deceptive.
And hold on, my internet has given out on me once again. Everybody keep them entertained. Talk about the Happy Game.
Jamal's just got to live in a black hole of an area.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just went and peed, so whenever I came back, you guys were talking about this game, the Happy Game, which I'm assuming is not a happy game.
I'm sorry, the internet has just stopped working
Not
for
from
me
the sound
altogether.
of it, no.
Really? You're on the Wi-Fi.
I know.
That's weird. Maybe it's the website. Is there like a like click the cookies thing or something? Yeah, just try and re-up it. It shows.
Excuse us while we figure
Try
out.
going to the to
difficulties.
take the Wi-Fi off, see if it'll like, and then turn it back on.
Okay.
Yeah, see if we gotta refresh the Wi-Fi. Now hit that renew. Let's see.
Great television, guys.
Yeah, dude. Hey guys, if you're in the chat, let us know what your favorite game that you saw at E3 or like any of these random conferences. Which is the one that you're most excited about?
What is yours?
Mine
Yeah.
is still to come. We can't jump on that till we get to the good stuff.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Oh, Brent,
Back
Here
in
we go.
business.
Here we freaking go.
we're going.
Here we go.
Right.
Okay. All right. So the next game is Minute of Islands. It's I don't even know.
It's about islands.
It's about islands. They got a minute.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2. We talked about Dying Light 2.
Stay
Looks
human.
Pretty cool. This is another one we saw a lot of this E3. I'm excited about Dying Light 2. It's coming December 7th, allegedly.
Yeah,
have
we'll
to
see about that.
Yeah,
that.
that one's been pushed back a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got a preview for Ollie Ollie World, which is like a sequel to a mobile game called Ollie Ollie something.
It was a skateboard game.
Yeah, but this game has more depth to it. It seems like there's like characters that are like, in a story, and like it's still a skateboarding game, and it's
Yeah.
basically like a flow style skateboarding game where you're like side scrolling trying to grind on stuff. But like it looks a lot more interesting than its predecessor. Then we got Tales of Iron, which it seems like a bunch of rats killing frogs or something.
Okay.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say so?
Yeah. And then we
I'm
got,
in.
let's see. It says movie games. Hold on. God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe took over the show for a short showcase of movie games' upcoming projects, including news of a collaboration with VFX house Platige Image for forthcoming Crime and Mob Mafia game. Other games featured include Lust from Beyond, Fire Commander, and Winter Survival Simulator. Then they talked about Xseed Games. Publisher showcase from Xseed Games delivered footage from Akiba's Trip, Hellbound and Debriefed, Shadowverse Champions Battle, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, Rune Factory 4 Special, and Rune Factory 5, which is coming to Nintendo Switch in 2022. Then they talked about Batora Lost Haven. It's an action RPG. And then they talked about 2 Point Campus again. Then they talked about Project Ferocious, which is a tropical island shooter that has you exploring a lost world full of fantastical creatures. So that might be cool. And then they talked about Warcry Challenges, which is a mix between Doom and Super Meat Boy, basically. It's like a fast-paced first-person shooter platformer kind of game. And then they have a game called Conway Disappearance at Dahlia View. I almost fell asleep during that one. We have a game called Immortality, which again must not have left a very good impression on me because I don't really remember it. So there you go. That's all we have from the Future Games show.
That was a horrible conference.
Yeah.
Like that like that, none of that. I mean, maybe like Dying Light, but I don't even consider it part of that conference.
Yeah,
like,
Dying Light was definitely like the highlight there. Let's see. Let's move over to the PC gaming show so we can actually have something interesting to talk about for a little bit. Because a couple of these are kind of interesting, but they're probably not big games that you'd know about already. They talked more about Naraka Blade Point. They talked about a game called Dodgeball Academia, which kind of looked like Mario Tennis for the Game Boy Advance, except instead of Mario Tennis, it's dodgeball?
Okay.
I don't know. It looked fun. Then they talked about Ramen, new trailer. It's like ramen, but raw men.
Like these men is raw,
Yeah,
dog.
raw. It's a food-themed, free-for-all action shooter. It's going to have 2 to 8 players.
Okay.
Dying Light 2, developer interview they did. Let's see. They Always Run, new trailer. What's more scary than a mutant bounty hunter? A mutant bounty hunter with a third small arm on the middle of his back.
I thought they were going to talk about something else, but
Heyo.
with the third small arm.
They showed a trailer for Orcs Must Die 3. Here's the other Vampire the Masquerade game. They showed a trailer for Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song, which seems like a less like action-oriented and more story-focused addition to the Vampire the Masquerade series, I guess. Gigabash. They announced a game called Gigabash, which is a new multiplayer arena brawler that's like basically kaijus fighting each other. So like you're in this big city and you're knocking over like skyscrapers and shit while you're like Godzilla's, and like it's like a 4-player combat game where you're all like it's basically
So
like,
it's just Rampage.
no, kinda. It's like Rampage mixed with Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. Like imagine those two games like fused together.
Yeah, like they did that on GameCube. It was literally like a Rampage game on GameCube where you play as literally like you could play as like Mecha Godzilla, Mothra.
I was
all
King
that
of
shit.
the.
What was
it
that
called?
game
King of the
called?
Monsters?
King of the Monsters. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you or destroy all monsters or something like that.
Yeah,
It-
I had that exact game.
And
yeah.
you could literally like walk through the city and just like crush the buildings and stuff and like pick people. It's a 3D like third person, you know,
you could
like
pick buildings
Godzilla
up.
game like that.
Destroy all monsters.
Well, if that game sounds cool to you or was cool to you,
Yeah.
then try out
We got a
Gigabash.
modern day
Yeah.
version of it.
Then we talked about Limnus Gate. It's a first-person shooter based time. Okay, so this one looks cool. It's like a time loop combat game where it's like you versus another guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you do like 25 seconds of gameplay, first-person shooter. So you like run in the room, you like throw a grenade and like blow the dude up, right? And then he does his 25 seconds where he like tries to fight you. And like so his 25 seconds, he could run in before you threw that grenade and kill your little dude who was about to throw that grenade. But then in your 25 seconds, you could run around and kill the guy who's about to kill the guy who threw the grenade. And it's like you go back and forth in this like turn-based time loop scenario.
How does anyone win? put him in like a checkmate?
He said how you win, but I forgot.
He's like, trust me, there's a way.
It looked
Just endless matches.
I'm not explaining it good because I was like half asleep when I watched it last night, but it was like one of the more standout looking games I saw. Like it was like, man, that looks really, really cool.
And
like,
it's first person?
Yeah, it's first person.
That's cool.
I don't know. It looks really interesting. Like the concept is like just something I've never heard about before. I don't know. It seems really cool.
I'm all here for the fresh concepts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Then they announced a game called Next Space Rebels, which seems a lot like Kerbal Space Program, but like with more realistic graphics. And like you're basically building a rocket ship in your backyard and like trying to send it to the moon. You know what I mean? But you like don't have the budget, and you're trying to get your budget higher and higher. I don't know. It looks kind of interesting.
So Jeff Bezos simulator.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or that one flat earther.
Yeah. He died.
That blew himself up. Yeah. Let's see.
R.I.P.
Hope he
Flat Earth
hope
guy.
he got an answer before he died.
He's like, it's not flat.
I knew it.
Oh,
that's fucked.
Okay, and then they announced a game called War Tales. It's a strategy RPG where you lead a small team of mercenaries on a far-reaching adventure. Turn-based battles with wolves and stuff. It looks okay. They announced a game called Ixion. It's a new space settlement management game. Let's see. They announced a game called Far Changing Tides. It's like a pretty game. I don't know. Let's see. Lakeburg Legacies, new game announcement. In this medieval matchmaking game, you'll be building epic legacy of noble sprogs with cards. I guess it's some kind of card-based thing. I don't know. Silt. I almost called it Slit again.
yeah.
In this monochrome deep diving adventure, so this game looks like Inside, basically. You remember Inside?
Yeah,
Where it's like all shadows and stuff, except for instead of a little boy running through the shadows, you're like a diver swimming through the shadows. I don't know. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like anything to like freak out about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gloomwood, new game footage.
That game looked tight.
Yeah, it did look pretty cool. It's like a retro-looking horror FPS. It could be cool.
It looks like Thief, or like games like that.
Yeah,
where,
yeah, like that older kind of.
Yeah, you gotta like hide in the shadows, but it literally looks like a game that came out on PC in like 1999. Like that's what the graphics are going for.
But like on purpose.
Yeah.
Like in a pretty way, you know.
Yeah, and like you're like you start out in like this like prison cell, and like you hear a guy talking to you. He's like, here, you're gonna need this for whenever they come to find you or whatever, and like throws a ring in, and you put the ring on, and like your whole like item, like all your items fit into this briefcase that you can like pull out, and like you like pick something out of the briefcase, and like you can like set it down into the actual world, and like I don't know, it looks interesting. It's a stealth game.
It does look interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Then they announced Solstice. Let's see. It's got, Souls vibes again, of course.
Goodness.
All these games just putting the word Souls in their title. Like,
Elder Solstice.
Like, come on, guys. Let's be a little less heavy-handed. It does look like a kind of a dope game, but, like, at the same time, it's like, chill out, guys. You don't have to call it Souls everything.
Yeah.
If I was, like, From Software, I'd be like, y'all, come on now. Let's see. We got a trailer for Arborea. Procedurally generated dungeon crawler. Looks okay. Tinykin got a new game announcement. It's where you're a tiny guy named Ken.
Wow. More Chernobyl-like.
Super in depth.
More Chernobyl-like here. We got Sacrifice, new game announcement. It's from the people who made Warsaw. It's got the 2D HD look like Octopath Traveler. This is one to keep your eye on. It's really pretty looking. I definitely think it might be pretty good.
I really like that medium a lot.
Me too, that 2D, 3D.
Yeah.
It's real pretty. Let's see. Icarus got a new trailer. The first episode of Dean Daisy Hall's new survival game, Icarus, edges ever closer, and in this new trailer, you and your mates take on one of the planet's dangerous bears. Honestly, I think blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's basically like a first-person survival action game where you're, like, fighting polar bears and shit. It looks pretty cool.
Nice.
Mecha Jammer, new game announcement. Some kind of cyberpunk RPG where you're in a mech. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Song of Conquest, new trailer. Looks like a strategy thing, like a turn-based kind of thing. Citizen Sleeper, futuristic RPG. This one is kind of interesting. It looks like you when you go to sleep, you dream about fighting in this RPG world, and then you wake up and do things in the real world, and then every time you die, you wake up from your dream, and that's how the game progresses. I don't know.
Interesting.
It seems interesting. Project Warlock 2 got a new game announcement. Don't really know what that is, but might be kind of good. And let's see. Wow, I thought that was a better conference than that, but I guess that's all it was.
It's all about that Xbox, baby. Besides Gloomwood. Gloomwood sounded dope. I was into that.
I think some of those that I read through probably look cooler when you're watching them, because I remember thinking a few times, man, that looks pretty good.
Yes.
Anyways, moving on. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry here. Okay, Verizon did a thing for their 5G ultra-wide thing, basically sucked their own dick for an hour. Intellivision announced this cool thing. It's called the Amico console. We talked about this a little while back, but they did a whole show about this, and it actually looks kind of cool. Basically, they're saying, okay, this is going to be cheaper than the other consoles. We're not trying to compete with Xbox or anything. We're just giving you a really simple little thing to play couch co-op with your family and friends. And it's 2 controllers. Each controller has a screen and a little wheel that's touch sensitive on it. And they hook onto these little docks, and the dock is the actual thing that hooks up to your TV, but the controller is more or less your console, because they said if you take your controller to somebody else's house that also has a dock and you dock it in their dock, all your games will transfer to their console, so you can just play your games while you're there.
Is it exclusive games to this console?
Every game is exclusive to this console.
Okay.
And they're going to have an exclusive Earthworm Jim game coming out.
Nice.
They're going to have an Echo the Dolphin spiritual successor.
Holy shit.
They're going to have kids educational games. That's one thing. This seems targeted to parents who want to play video games with their kids, or family time kind of thing where everybody's sitting in the same room playing cards or something. It's like a party game device more than a gaming, a hardcore
I haven't
gaming
thought
device.
about Earthworm Jim in a long time.
Dude, yeah,
Fucking-
and it looks pretty good. And they said all the games, if you get the digital copies, will be less than $9.99, and all of the physical copies will be less than $20 or something.
Yeah, but how much is the device itself?
I don't know. They didn't say,
That's
but
going to be a
it didn't.
big determining factor.
It didn't seem like it would be expensive. Everything seemed plasticky and cheap. I don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think this is gonna blow up or anything, but it seems really cool and something
It could
that
hit a little niche
yeah,
market.
it seems like it could be a lot of fun if you're just playing with friends and stuff at a party. I don't know. Then Take-Two Interactive came out and didn't announce anything. They just kind of sat there and talked about diversity and stuff for an hour.
Yeah, the fact that I don't know, this is a bad call.
Yeah, that was honestly not the time for all that. Then Mythical Games did a whole thing about Blanco's Block Party, which is basically Roblox and Fall Guys mixed together. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. It was just torture to my ears. And then
You're not a 10-year-old kid excited by Roblox?
no, dude, not at all. And then we did the indie showcase. They had a game. It was a paper plane game called Life Slide. It actually looked kind of cool. It was you're navigating this little paper plane through worlds. I don't know. And then let's see. Oh. Okay, Hooded Horse Games announced 3 games, one called Falling Frontier, Alliance of Sacred Sun, or one called Alliance of Sacred Sons and one called Terra Invicta. They all look horrible. Noir, okay, Fallen Aces is coming out. This game looks freaking sweet. It's a noir-themed comic book art style, first-person shooter beat-em-up game. And you're going through punching out freaking bad guys who are mafia dudes from the 40s, and you got a wrench and a pipe, and you're beating them up, and it showed them shooting one with an old school gun, and they're all having this. It looked like a Doom style first person shooter, but really really stylish. That's one to definitely keep your eye on. And then let's see. They did another thing about the Larcenauts, that VR game that I was talking about. That looks really cool. Toy Soldiers is getting an HD remake. They had a weird alien game that's basically like Hollow Knight and Destroy All Humans mixed together. It's 4-player and it's got an evil cow. It's called Moolander.
Okay.
TikTok Games announced a game, which I thought was kind of weird.
God.
It looks really, really bad, and it's called Bio Interstellar Arc Bark.
Okay.
It's like a side-scroller game.
That sounds horrible.
Really bad. Another bad-looking game is called Tunguska. I don't even know how to say it. It looks really, really bad. There's a cute cat platformer game called Neko Ghost Jump. And then there is a game called Extra Galactica, which I don't really know much about, but like the art style kind of had like an IDAR vibe to it, so I don't know. It's pretty cool, I guess. Then we're moving over to the Freedom Games conference.
What the fuck is Freedom Games?
I don't know, man.
I've never even heard of that.
Some of these look pretty good, though. There's a game called Dreamscaper. Not really sure what it's about, but has lots of puzzles and combat. A game called Airborne Kingdom looks horrible. There's a game called Koromon, which is a direct Pokemon ripoff. I mean, it is not even, like, trying a little bit to not be a Pokemon
It's called
ripoff.
Koromon.
It's called Koromon. You, like, do everything you do in Pokemon. There's, like, little monsters you catch in the grass. It actually looks better than a lot of the Pokemon games. But, like, I don't know. I kind of want to play it. Like, it looks...
Is this the one with the guns?
No. No. But it did say it has over 40 hours of gameplay, and it looks like a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game. It's got that same art style and stuff, but,
Okay.
like, better. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the art direction goes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely one to look out for if you don't mind, like, blunt rip-offs of things.
They're
There's
gonna
a
get the
game-
shit suit out of them.
Right. There's a game called Cat Cafe Manager, where you manage a cat cafe. There's a game called To the Rescue, where you're managing a dog shelter.
Are all these coming to PC or what? What are these?
I think they're coming to... Most of these are coming to everything. Some of
Okay.
them are just coming to PC. Some of them are coming to everything. To the Rescue is the dog shelter game. I think they said 10 cents or 20 cents out of every dollar that they sell for this game goes to actual dog shelters.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
That's good.
There's a game called Slaughter League, which is basically Fall Guys meets Ninja Warrior.
They gotta stop.
They really do. There's a game called Dark Deity, another direct rip-off looking game. Like, I'm not even, like, joking. It's like the same font, the same text, the same look, feel, gameplay of Fire Emblem. Like, it is a direct rip-off of Fire Emblem. But it actually looks really good. Just like the Pokemon thing. So, again, if you don't mind direct rip-offs, check out Dark Deity and Koromon. Let's see. There's one called One Lonely Outpost that looks like Stardew Valley in space, but really bad. There's a game called Sands of Aura, which is like a top-down Souls-like game. There's a Tower Rush game called Tower Rush, and there's a game called Anuchard, which is like a top-down game with like a faceless girl. I don't know. It doesn't look very good. But the ones to look out for are the direct rip-off games, because Dark Deity and Koromon look really good. Then on the schedule for E3, there was something called Vin. I have no idea what it was. I couldn't find the video. I couldn't find anything about it. So I don't know. I don't know what that ended up being. And then we had freaking maybe the worst freaking thing of all time, the Capcom thing today. It was stupid as fuck.
Capcom conference.
Let's see. They kicked off the show by providing new information about Resident Evil Village, but not really, because they didn't really provide anything new about Resident Evil Village. They just said that RE-Verse is coming in July, and that new DLC is currently in development for Resident Evil Village, which I pretty much already expected. Then they talked about Monster Hunter Stories 2, which we already talked about in our earlier show. They talked about Monster Hunter Rise 3.1 update, which has new armor and weapon coming to the Switch exclusive game. They talked about the great Ace Attorney's Chronicles, which was probably the highlight of the show. You know, I like
But we already knew that was coming.
Yeah, we already knew it was coming, but we saw gameplay and like new features and stuff. Then they talked about Capcom Esports, which is basically them talking about Street Fighter V and the competitive scene. And that's it. It was like the worst conference of the whole bunch.
Yeah, it's kind of like whenever you have to do a presentation in school and like you fucking half-assed it.
And no material.
Yeah, just came up and just like literally just put a bunch of shit together.
Dude, and then Razer came on and they were like, okay, I thought it was
Here's
gonna
our
be
scooter.
I thought it was going to be like a really shitty like presentation, but they only talked about this new line of laptops they're putting out. And basically, it's the thinnest 14-inch laptop ever made, and it's the only laptop that has over an RTX 3060 in it. So they have a 3060 version, a 3070 version, and a 3080 version.
Damn.
So he's got like the most powerful laptop and the most thin laptop. It's
Some
pretty.
bitch gonna be expensive.
I know, dude. It really looks. So
How you gonna
expensive.
fit a 3080?
That's what I was saying. Like it's like paper thin, dude. It's like insane looking, like how small it is. It's really freaking tight. Like I want one bad, but it's probably like thousands of dollars. Like
Yeah, of course. It's definitely thousands of dollars.
and anyways, I guess we can move on to the Xbox stuff.
Thank goodness. I feel like it was like there wasn't a lot of shit going on. Like this E3 so far has been kind of all right. It's been all right. I give it like if they were planning on coming back, if E3 was like, oh, we're saving E3, we're coming back. This did not cut it.
No, and I really am feeling Sony not being here, man. You know?
Yeah.
It feels like there's a hole where Sony should be, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like there should be like the three big shows, like the Xbox, the Sony, and like, I can't even call the PC show a big show.
The
because it's
Nintendo.
never big. Yeah, the Nintendo show. But I don't know, man. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, that Razer laptop, $4,000 for the 3080 one.
It's not enough.
That's actually.
Should be $10,000. No, I'm just kidding.
for how dope that freaking laptop is, like that. Man, I'd probably take
If
it
I
home
found
and
the
break
cor-
it the next day.
If I found the right
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
The problem with like laptops is they're not very customizable, or modular. So like later, if you need to update that graphics card, good luck.
Bro,
So
you're not gonna need to upgrade that graphics card for a minute.
I don't know.
Dude.
They already got the 3080 Super or the 3080. What is it? The TI
Bro,
or
I'm
whatever?
telling you, you get anything 3080 or higher, you're probably good for like at
Yeah.
least till next generation. You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? Which is like 10 years. I feel like. I don't know. Okay, moving on. We got the Xbox showcase. Definitely the best show.
The one Jamal's been waiting for.
So
Yeah.
let's see.
Me and Jamal actually watched this. We both streamed this and on Discord.
Yeah, we didn't stream it. We just like
Or-
watched it at
yeah,
the same time
yeah.
on like Discord chat. We should have streamed it, but we didn't know it was gonna happen when it happened, so that's on us. But anyways, what's the dealio, Brent?
So they basically kicked it off with a teaser trailer for Starfield,
yeah,
which didn't really show anything about the game at all. I
No.
am hyped about the game, but I mean, like, you know.
it was definitely a CG trailer, but there was an Easter egg in it, supposedly.
What
It's a
was it?
stretch.
For Elder Scrolls 6, like if you like, it's zoomed in really close on this like little like button or like this little like display thing
It's a-
inside the ship, and it's like a little engraving on the side of it,
Yeah.
and somebody was like, this is definitely a
Hammerfell.
map, so saying that that's where Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be.
Interesting.
But it's like
So-
a blemish on the side of a panel in the cockpit of this ship.
It did zoom in really close on it for some reason. Like, I don't know. They put the map side by side with the engraving, and it does look like it.
I'm going to have to check this out.
You
But
know?
I can't even think about Elder Scrolls 6 right now.
No,
Like,
because it'll be here in 2029. Yeah, like, it's gonna be a long time.
At
speaking
this
of
rate.
release dates, they're claiming Starfield will come on November 11th, 2022.
Yeah, so we have a date. We have a
And
date.
apparently it's going to be exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, not even coming to
Woo.
PC, bro.
That's,
it's a console launch.
That's
or
hardcore,
console.
dude.
But I think it will come to PC later.
yeah,
but it's a console launch exclusive.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
if they're just gonna release it to PC, they might as well do it right then.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, coming to Game Pass day one
Yeah.
as well.
Cool. Yeah, so they did that, and then they talked about Stalker 2, which was looking good, looking
Yeah,
fresh.
that ray tracing.
Heart of Chernobyl, you know?
Yeah.
So your heart out Chernobylite, you know? It's coming April 28th, 2022. So all these games are coming, like, next year.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Yeah, most of them, yeah. Back for Blood. We got another Back for Blood.
Yeah, but it's coming to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Day one.
Day one.
So we were right about that.
That's very
definitely
dope.
happening.
That's very dope. A lot of good games. They showed a little roadmap at the end of this, and it was like for the next like several months, or for the next year, there's like a game coming out like almost every month for Game Pass, like a good game. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
and 27 out of the 30 of the Xbox conference are going to Game Pass day one.
Wow.
Right?
Something
Yeah.
like that. Something wild like
Yeah.
that. Anyways, then they talked about Contraband. It's a co-op smuggler's paradise set in the fictional world of 1970s Bayan. It didn't show anything really,
at all. Nothing.
but like I'm hyped about it for some reason.
The idea of it sounds dope.
Yeah, it said a co-op open world. They kept saying open world, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
So I'm like, if me and a friend are running around like a Grand Theft Auto style world together playing this game, it could be a lot of fun.
It sounds more Far Cry to me than GTA.
It looked like Indiana Jones vibes, kind of like with the Jeep and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it goes.
sure.
They announced a Sea of Thieves update with Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the what?
I guess so.
Okay.
Here we are. Then they showed some Battlefield 2042 gameplay.
Why did they show this at the Xbox showcase? I don't understand.
I don't know, but it looked tight.
It did look tight. It just
And what
made
other
no
show?
sense.
What other show? Well, because isn't it coming to Game Pass?
You could put it at the PC.
I don't know
game
if it's.
show,
They
you could
didn't
put it-
mention whether it was coming to Game Pass or not. That was one of the only ones that they weren't like coming to
Was it?
Game Pass. Yeah.
This game looks pretty dang good to me, man. Like I don't know, like just the combat looks dynamic and fun. The grappling hooks look interesting. Like
You
when
can
they
change attachments on the fly.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Yeah,
When
I'm-
they're in the elevator
part looked
switching their
crazy.
attachments and shit. When he like grappled up to the like top of that crane and like shot that dude, I was like, okay, this is pretty tight looking.
Yeah, it's giving me strong Battlefield 4 vibes. So
Yeah.
I'm
I was getting
stoked.
Battlefield 3 vibes from it.
Yeah, well, yeah, 3
You know,
and
like
4.
the big
yeah.
city, like skyscrapers falling down kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the storms look sweet, dude. I don't give a shit. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's gonna fuck like the map
Yeah.
changing and stuff while we fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wanted Battlefield to return to modern. We are getting a modern return.
To me,
I'm
this one,
happy.
what makes me happy is it doesn't look like they focused all their energy on making it like super beautiful next gen ray trace. It's like it looks like they focused on like gameplay,
Bunch
on
of
this,
features,
You know,
yeah.
like it looks like they tried to make it as fun as possible, and that's what I'm excited about. you
Yeah.
know? Then they talked about one that I'm like particularly excited about, Psychonauts 2. It's coming August 25th, so we don't even have to wait that long. It looks beautiful, man. Like, it really looks great. Like, the art style that they've got for that game fits so well with just, like, the modern graphics and stuff. Like,
Very creative, over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Psychonauts is one of those games that like takes you to really diverse different levels because you like go inside of people's heads and like the whole world depends on what they're thinking. So it's like they can get away with like putting you in different like worlds in the game. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a really fun, dope platformer. Like you don't see those very much anymore. Then Fallout 76 announced a new thing, Steel Rain. It's like their new expansion or whatever. Elder Scrolls Online is getting a console enhanced version for Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 on June 15th. Party animals. Players will get to fight each
Yeah,
other
what?
as adorable animals in this new game.
Looked very weird.
It looked weird,
It
but
looks like from the people that made Gang Beast.
yeah, it kind of reminded me of Kung Fu Chaos. Do you remember that game
Yeah.
from back in the day?
No.
It did remind me of that as well.
I totally would play it. Hades, the critically acclaimed indie game, will be coming to Game Pass on August 13th.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's coming straight to Game Pass, or you can pay $60 on PS5 for it, which is crazy.
It's not $60.
Yeah, it is. That's what because it's like the full version.
Hades is like $25. I'm pretty sure.
No, this is
Will
like
you
the
look it up, Devin?
yeah, this is like the
I guess.
extended version or whatever. This is like the full like whatchamacallit version of it.
I don't care what
The
version.
Snyder
you buy.
cut?
I
The
don't
Snyder
think-
cut version of
There's
it.
no version of Hades that's $60.
Yeah, how much is it supposed to be? I saw somewhere on an article it's gonna be like $60.
That's ridiculous if that's true.
I'm looking.
because
Is it like the
It's like $20 on Steam or something.
like Game of the Year edition or some bull crap about that? Like I can't remember what it was. Yeah, Hades PS5. Put Hades PS5.
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm looking.
Still not.
No, go
sure.
ahead. Whenever I
Yeah.
find it, we'll come back.
Okay.
For sure.
Or just look up the PS4 store or something right now. I'm sure it's the same.
No. Yeah. It is coming to PS4 as well, huh?
It's already on PS4, I think. I'm pretty sure it's already on like everything.
This is the first time it's coming to console.
Oh, okay. Well, on
Yeah,
Steam,
Hades.
look it up on
and
Steam then.
PS5.
It shouldn't be any different than the Steam release. Anyways, Halo Infinite. We didn't really get too many details.
$24.99.
Yeah,
For
20
Steam though, that's not for the.
PSN.
Oh, that's for the PS4 one.
Yeah,
Okay.
PS4.
Where the fuck did I read that? It was gonna be like $60.
Dude, that would be like over double the markup in the price. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we talked about Halo Infinite, or we didn't talk about it but they talked about Halo Infinite, and they showed some multiplayer stuff from it.
Free multiplayer, by the way. You don't
Free.
even have to have Game Pass.
Yeah.
Free
It's
to
just
play.
if you
Very
have an
excited.
Xbox One or a Series X, you'll have free access to the multiplayer.
Some of the little weapons they were using look really cool. The one where you like bounced the grenade around the wall and killed that guy was like,
Mhm.
oh, that looks fun. That's gonna piss some people off.
Are you talking about that yellow thing?
I don't know. I just know he like shot the wall and it like ricocheted off the wall and killed somebody like
Oh, okay.
in the room. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looked cool. There's a lot of like new fun looking shit they had going on.
Lots of vehicles too.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Halo without vehicles though, you know.
Yeah. Still no blood though. Very upsetting about
Yeah,
that.
we need some blood.
Not
dude.
even blood for the aliens. Like there's not even alien blood
What
anymore.
the fuck, dude? That
Yeah.
was the best. Like in the original one, they're just like we would paint the whole room with like fucking alien blood. Like
I honestly felt like even with the gameplay being what it was, I was telling Devin this as we were watching it. It's very Fortnite-y. Like something about it felt too Fortnite to me. Like I don't know, the multiplayer aspect of it. Like it just my attention was like, or like everything about it was just like, okay, they're going Fortnite. I don't know why.
to me, it just looked like every other Halo game.
Yeah, it looked like Halo multiplayer just amped up.
Yeah.
That's
At least they brought the voice back.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Headshot.
Slayer. Yeah.
Okay. More Far Cry 6 stuff. The game called Replaced.
That
They-
looked tight.
Yeah, it looked okay. It's coming to Game Pass, so
That's the one that I'm thinking of. What's it say? What is that game?
It says the new game from Sandcat Studios and Coat Sync is coming to PC and Xbox Series X and S. It doesn't really say anything.
Doesn't
about
say
it.
what it is.
I think it's just that it was like a side-scrolling game. I'm pretty sure where you're like running and. I
Is
don't
that
know.
is that the one though where it was like where it looked almost like a Castlevania like
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that one looked
with the
dope as
badass-
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the coolest integration of the 2D, 3D shit. It
Yeah.
was like 2D, but very high res 2D.
Yeah.
It looks interesting to me. I don't know. I'm not super
Yeah, that's
hyped
about
about
it,
it,
yeah.
but it is coming to Game Pass, so it's one of those games where I'll play it regardless, just because like
Yeah,
it's
I
on
might,
Game Pass. You might as well.
I might not get super into it, but I love how it looks.
yeah, for sure.
They talked about updates for Among Us, which we talked about earlier, and Grounded, which we didn't talk about earlier. They're doing the Shroom and Doom update, which they're adding mushrooms and like a big spider boss and some other things.
Yeah, that you can still use the arachnophobia thing.
Yeah.
And, the preview for this looked really funny. Or it was funny.
Yeah, it was
It's
hilarious.
like, even the blob version is
Yeah.
scary as hell.
It's like we're finally bringing sitting like to the game because no, really, people have been asking for this. Like they're showing like all the comments of people being like, "Please give us the ability to sit."
That's so weird.
Yeah, so random.
At least they're listening to the players.
Yeah.
Right? The life of a game developer. It's like, I guess you guys really want this.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got a 12 minutes trailer. It's a mysterious thriller with a voice cast including James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, we've seen this game a lot, but
Billy your beans.
it's like yeah, you're like basically like blamed for like a murder or something. I don't know what it is. It's some
Yeah.
weird game.
I'm not really sure, but like the amount of good actors they've got involved in this makes me at least curious. I
It's
mean,
Game
like-
Pass. I'll play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some psychological something or other.
And then one of my favorite announcements, maybe my favorite announcement of all of E3, they announced the Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, Brent was
Yeah.
right. Brent was right on
And
this one.
fucking hilarious trailer. Speaking
Yes.
of funny trailers,
Yeah.
like that just had me dying, dude.
I thought it was gonna be Fable. Like from the
Me
way it looked,
too,
I was like,
dude.
oh, here's Fable.
And then they started. He was running, and there was bullets, and I was like, okay, what could
It's
this
definitely
be?
not Fable.
I was
yeah.
like,
Then we're gonna pan out, and it's gonna look really good, but you'll never see this landscape.
Yeah.
we'll show the main character, but only from the back.
Yeah, only
because
the
we
silhouette.
haven't finished the model yet.
That's why I thought. That's why I thought it was still Fable. Like for some reason, because I thought they were doing that whole jokey thing. Like they were like, oh, we don't really know what the game actually looks like
Yeah.
yet. But definitely not Fable. It's Outer Worlds 2. Cool.
I'm really happy they're working on that too, man. I feel like they have a chance to make this way better because, like,
Yes.
you know, I feel like Outer Worlds 1 was like a proof of concept almost. Like, hey, we can do this in a timely manner and make it an okay game. If you give us more money, we'll make Outer Worlds 2 even better. And that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, now they're under the umbrella of Xbox
Mhm.
now. So
Yeah, I watched a making of thing of Outer Worlds, and they were talking about that, like how they were running out of like memory for the game, like while they were making it. Like they had a whole other planet ready for it, but they couldn't put it in because they didn't have enough memory,
Wow.
and so parts of it got put into other parts of the world, and
Is
then
this just to like accommodate for old systems or something, or like is this just?
no, it's just their budget. And then
Oh wow.
oh, thanks for the follow, Holly, and then
What up?
yeah, and then the other thing about it was like whenever you go into like the bar at like a certain part, like they didn't have enough memory to have like all the neon lights happening and then also have like the people behind you existing, so like when you're not looking at them, they're just
they're
not
clipped
there.
out.
Yeah, and like they
Wow.
said it took them a long time to get it to the point to where like whenever you turn around they appear
They come
before you
back.
can tell. Yeah.
You know,
I was like, dang,
just
that
a bunch
sucks.
of corner cutting because of budgeting.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
that really sucks. I hope like in this next one, like they'll have the money for it.
It's
you know?
impressive that they put out a game that was like as put together as they did with the constraints that they had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because you can tell
For
when you
sure.
play it that it's like, man, there's definitely something they could have done more. And like, I know they wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
see their grand design there.
For sure.
Then they announced Microsoft Flight Simulator for Xbox Series X and S coming July 27th, so you don't have to wait very long for that at all.
Dude,
Honestly,
Microsoft Flight Simulator this was for Series X. This thing looked fucking phenomenal. Like
Yeah. I was about to say it's probably the best place to play Microsoft Flight Simulator because you know you're going to have a stable, dope experience on Series X. You know what I mean? On PC, it's pretty sketch.
I don't know.
Pretty
I'm-
rough.
You
I'm
gotta
not-
have a dope ass fucking rig to play that.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'm
They-
very
I
they-
saw it.
skeptical.
Yeah,
dog. They
that was
showed the
in-game.
in-game
Well,
footage.
yeah, I know. I'll believe it when I see it on Jamal's Xbox Series X.
I
Yeah,
think it
that's-
might look a little worse than like the well, Series X is significantly more powerful than our computers. You know what I mean? Like at least by the margin of like a 2070 or 2080. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it's gonna have the ray tracing going. Dude, it's just fucking crazy looking.
Oh, it's gonna be stupid, dude. And the cool thing about Flight Simulator is it does like real time weather tracking, so you can like fly into like real hurricanes that are going on
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, and they showed the like animals and stuff. Like they're showing like hippos and shit like down whenever you're like flying. I was like, what?
I watched a whole video the other day where this guy played Microsoft Flight Simulator, but he just went into camera mode and like went around on the streets and like walked around through like France and stuff in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Like
and-
in his plane?
No, like he like went into like the camera mode in the
Oh,
game
okay,
and like
okay.
just went down on the street level and like walked around the streets and stuff. And he did it for like hours. He was like, "This is like a whole nother game." Like
That's crazy.
yeah. And then we got Forza Horizon 5 announced, which
Looked
is
fucking gorgeous.
freaking awesome. Forza Horizon 4 was
Oh my
such a
goodness.
good game, you know, and this one's going to be set in Mexico. Going to have beautiful Mexican environments. The cool thing about Mexico is you got the city, like, streets and stuff, the Mexican
The volcano.
vibes, you know, the volcano,
Dude,
the tropical beaches and shit. It's going to be so good.
the
dude.
water, like, dude, and they were talking about how they were using like photo whatever they called it.
Photogeometrics or some
Yeah,
shit.
like they
yeah.
literally went on site and like just took camera 12K. They captured everything in 12K, like with a camera, to then use some type of AI to make it into the game. So
Holy
everything you
shit.
see is legit. Like they were like, down to the fucking spines on the cactus. Like you can see everything. And I
There's
was
a
like,
part in the
holy
trailer
shit.
where he like pulls up on this Mexican side street and like pulls up to this graffiti and he's like, "This is just one of many real graffiti pieces that are made by real Mexican artists."
Yeah,
in the streets. Like,
okay.
damn, dude, they're just getting elaborate with this, man.
Yeah, dude. It looks
And the cars rendering are just insane.
Oh
And the
my
Horizon
gosh.
series is definitely the more fun of the Forza.
Yeah,
because
it's got the open
series.
world.
Yeah,
Just
ray
adventure.
tracing as well.
Ah.
Like it's gonna be crazy, dude.
man, really is.
I'm so ready for that.
Can't wait for my PC to not be able to play that.
That's like the first time I've been hyped about a racing
A
game
racing
in a
game.
long time. And then they closed it off, or actually they didn't close it off. They announced Redfall, which
Yeah.
is it's coming from Arcane Studios. So
Yeah, an exclusive to Xbox.
yeah, this is their answer to Deathloop, I guess.
Yeah.
you know?
By
They're
the
like,
same studio.
yeah, they're like, that's probably their stipulation. They're probably, all right, you motherfuckers, you're making Deathloop. You better come over here and make us one too. You know? Because
Yeah,
it
'cause
honestly
they own
looks
them
kind of
now,
like
yeah.
Deathloop too. Like there's vampires and stuff, but like it's got that same like aesthetic as Deathloop. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But it looks crazy cool. It looks like
Yeah.
it looks like Left 4 Dead, but in my opinion, but with vampires.
vampires, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Arcane Studios a lot, so
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a good one.
Mhm.
And they announced the Xbox mini fridge with like a super epic Xbox mini fridge commercial. So
Which we got to bring up that like the Kotaku response to this was like, this was literally Kotaku's article title. Xbox is making a consumer version of the mini fridge because capitalism. Like that was.
oh my god, dude.
It's like, can you guys not be happy about anything? Like,
They're seriously just like the biggest buzzkills ever, dude. Like, and their articles are awful, dude. I went earlier and I was like looking through all the like, okay, everything announced at X and Y Z show, and I went to one of them from Kotaku and it was just a bunch of like bogged down shit that was all out of order. I'm like, oh my god, dude, like I can't even do this.
because capitalism, bro. That's why.
Capitalism, cause the man's holding you guys all down.
It's the most ridiculous thing. It's like, yeah, it's because capitalism, because people ask for it, and so they're getting it. Like, if there wasn't a market for it, it wouldn't be happening. It makes no sense to me.
Gosh,
I was like, can you guys not be like,
they're so whiny about everything.
yeah, it's like, hell yeah, I'll take a fucking Xbox Series X mini fridge, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if I got the money, I'm buying it. Like,
Dude,
why not?
I want one right next to my actual Xbox Series X when I get one.
To
I wanna
keep it
have
cool.
I want them right next to each other. You know?
When it's trying to play Flight Simulator.
You just pop it in the fridge.
Man.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's got some holes to feed the cables through.
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
But anyways, yeah, so man, that was a lot. That
Whew.
we
That
told
was
you
a
guys
fun
it was gonna be a
time.
long ass episode, but anyways, so what was your guys' favorite from it? Like from the whole show? What was the game? Brent already said what his was. What did you say it was a second ago? You were like, "This is my favorite thing that I've seen," and I don't even remember what you said. What it was. So
I don't know. Let me think about it I think. Oh, you know what? We didn't even talk about it, but they showed footage from that one game too. Fucking at the Xbox show. Oh, it looks like Stalker, but it's robots everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit looked
looked
trippy as hell.
crazy.
Yeah, dude, that looks sweet, man.
I have no idea what that was. Like, I don't even
Bro.
understand what
And
that was.
it
the
looks
last-
really tight though.
The last gameplay that they showed for Atomic Heart didn't look anything. Well, it looked vaguely, but it wasn't near as wild
yeah,
as that.
way more
Yeah.
polished on this one too. Like, oh man, that's one to really look out
It's
for.
gonna be a fucking mind
And
trip.
literally almost everything besides Battlefield that they showed at the Xbox conference is coming to Game Pass day one.
It's crazy how much Game Pass stuff is coming. If they keep Game Pass at the same price, I mean, the value you're getting for Game Pass is like incredible. Like
It's
like
unbelievable.
it's like Netflix. I mean, it really is like
It's
comparable.
better than Netflix at this point. Like you're
I don't know.
Do not
Netflix
think
has a
about
lot
how
of
much-
Shame.
original content.
Do not shame Game Pass.
Yeah, that well, I'm not shaming Netflix, but what I'm saying is games would be if you were to just go out and buy them.
Every single one.
Yeah, and it's like you're probably This is like $1,000 at this point. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
you're just
it would
getting,
be pretty expensive to go out and buy every single original movie and TV
But
show
not
from
as
Netflix, dude.
not as expensive.
Yeah.
though.
Probably as expensive. There's a lot more original content on Netflix than there will be on Xbox in the near future.
But that's the
But-
great thing is you don't even need the original content. I'm just talking
But-
about these games. You're talking about video games. These are like
No,
$60 to
I
$70
totally agree with you.
things.
I'm just saying, like, me saying that it's becoming like Netflix is not me insulting Xbox Game Pass in any way. It's me complimenting Netflix.
No, I was saying it was like yeah, I was saying it's almost more like it's just crazier than Netflix because Netflix is not. It's not interactive. It's not something that you're paying that you would like you go and pay for anyways. You know what I'm saying?
We're desensitized to how dope Netflix really is. Like,
Yeah.
I
you know what I'm
canceled my
saying?
Netflix. So
But-
I mean, you still have some kind of service that's just like Netflix.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? This is the
well, I'm talking about
beginning.
like content to content, like the content on Game Pass. We have a bunch of amazing games.
Yeah, and the
Uh,
content on
yeah.
Netflix has a bunch of amazing content. Like,
Yeah.
my point is, it's the beginning of the wave. You know what I'm saying? When Netflix first started their wave of digital shit, you know, I don't think anybody expected it to grow as big as it did. You know, like, you saw that tidal wave get bigger and bigger, and it's like now we're at that point where it's like we see it over our head. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just see it growing as Netflix did and taking over like Netflix. And pretty soon, everybody's going to have one. Like,
Yeah.
Sony
somebody's
will
gotta-
have one soon. Nintendo will have one soon. But they'll be the fucking Hulu and Amazon Prime of things. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so
My favorite was definitely Battlefield.
oh yeah,
the
Battlefield
gameplay
was dope.
reveal. Yeah, the gameplay reveal. I was waiting for that. I've been waiting for that for a long time. I've only talked about it the last 7 fucking.
you know, another
episodes.
thing we didn't talk about that they showed is fucking Plague Tale Innocence 2.
Yeah, Plague Tale Innocence
Why
2.
the fuck didn't they put that in that article I just read? Fucking,
yeah.
that was one of the best fucking reveals of the whole show. Like,
Yeah.
Plague Tale Innocence was a dope ass game, dude. I absolutely can't wait for Plague Tale Innocence 2.
The trailer looked really crispy.
Yeah.
Oh, and also news that they're going to show the other stuff on the 17th, like of this month. They still have more games coming that they're going to talk about. Not just more. It's not really more games. They said there's going to be surprises at this little thing that they're doing, but it's like a post E3 Xbox thing where they're going to talk about all those other games that we already know are coming, like Hellblade
Mhm.
and all that stuff. They're going to show more footage of those games and all that stuff. So
I think Outer Worlds 2 might be the highlight for me. We'll definitely
Yeah.
talk about all that stuff.
oh, that's
on
the one
next
you
week's
said
episode.
that you were like, this is my favorite thing of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't expect it to come anytime soon, but it's
No.
the announcement that made me the most pleased, I think.
but they did show the didn't they show the release date or so, or like a window for it or something?
I don't.
I just
I
don't
don't
even trust
remember.
release dates
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, it
Dude.
doesn't- it doesn't matter.
Now that it matters.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, what was yours, Jamal?
I guess probably sounds crazy, but Forza was probably my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did have a lot of compliments. Like the whole time we were watching it, like Jamal was like, "Oh my god!" And we both were.
It looked great.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Forza.
I was
Horizon
watching it at
4
work
looks
like,
amazing.
oh shit.
Yeah, just the fact that it's gonna be what it is. It's just it just blows my mind. I'm probably Stalker. I guess Stalker.
Oh yeah, Stalker. I really think of the 3 games. I feel like there's 3 games that look kind of similar, like Stalker, Atomic Heart, and Chernobylite. But to me, Atomic Heart was the one that really popped out of those 3. You know what I mean? Like,
Just off the wall.
I'm definitely gonna play all of them. You know?
Yeah,
But that one really stood out to me. I don't know.
definitely.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the topic of the show, guys. Well, for whoever is listening and still there, if you're not there in the live show and you're listening to the audio version, thank you. And so
And if you're listening to this later in the week and you're wondering where the rest of the E3 news is, be sure to tune in next week for part 2, where we'll have Xbox's thing from the 17th and all the Nintendo news from E3.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, what do we got?
All right, champion of the people here. All right, I'll give it to Aaron Jones.
Jones, he always comes with the champion.
He really
dude.
does. He's a champion at heart, champion at mind. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
He says, did those day 1 Game Pass reveals give your wallet peace of mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Short
just
answer,
saying that.
yes.
Literally, like it's just it's crazy. Like you are saving probably over $1,000, like just playing video games on Game Pass. You know, like
yeah. I mean, depending on how much you play or would buy without it, you know what I mean?
R.I.P. to my data.
Maybe
Yeah.
more than $1,000 if you're like me and fucking spend shit.
yeah, for
I've
sure.
downloaded so much off of Game Pass already.
Me too.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like I mean, it's crazy. This is crazy. This is
This is
crazy.
crazy.
guys.
Anyways,
And the fact
Yeah.
that like you know, they were like, oh yeah, by the way, there's this Arcane game. It's only coming to Xbox. This other, like, they're doing the thing. They're doing the thing that everybody was like, oh well, they ain't got no games. It's like, well, here you are, motherfucker. Like, and guess what? They're Bethesda fucking games and Arcane fucking games. It's crazy. It's insane. Anyways,
yeah,
okay.
it's going down.
And
Okay.
that motherfucker wasn't towards you, Aaron. That was just towards like all the people that were hating on the because you know, whatever. Anyways,
All right, moving on. We got Dylan Parton here. He says, I've lost the ability to get hyped up for new releases, especially when they're over a year out. Starfield.
congrats on the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Dylan.
the little
yeah,
one.
we got to shout that out.
Congrats on the baby,
That's
Dylan,
awesome.
for sure.
Baby Dylan, technically. Yeah. Like, congrats, baby Dylan.
Congrats, baby Dylan.
Yeah.
He says, with all the delays and the inability to play a game on day one due to bugs, does anyone else share this complete lack of excitement?
I'm sure there's a lot of people that do. I'm not one.
Yeah, I was getting excited about that game with the kiwi birds in the newsroom. Like,
I don't know why. This is something that I'm always excited about. I saw that Aaron actually said something to it where he was saying like, yeah, I agree.
yeah, he says, in general, it's hard for me to get hyped for anything. Excited, yes, but as I get older, and to your point with delays, games bugging out, not really finished upon release, it's hard to keep up the hype in this age, or you can just release a patch at some point.
Which the thing about the getting older, I think as I get older, I'm even more excited. But it's probably
Me too. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like reverse aging. Like,
yeah. I think it has something to do with the fact that I have my own money to put towards
oh yeah,
new releases.
totally.
I
so
have-
you can actually get everything that comes out if you want to. Like,
Yeah.
See, with the change and like what he pointed out, I found myself not getting as hyped, still hyped, but kind of like protecting myself, I guess.
Really?
Being
Yeah.
more guarded about my hypeness, just like I was trying to be guarded about my hyped over Battlefield. Now it's out the fucking cage and I'm super hyped, but I've definitely found myself not being as hyped because of what he mentioned and everything. So I'm definitely I've moved my way more towards neutral, but I'm still getting hyped.
See, the difference for me is like I think what I get hyped about is different
Yes.
from when I was a kid. Like I'll get hyped about things that as a child I wouldn't have cared about at all, and vice versa. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, that and yeah, I go in with a very specific new release hype. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's got to be specific games, but for those specific games, I'm in.
Yeah.
And also, Game Pass. You know, like I don't have to worry about like, oh man,
Losing 6
I'm not gonna pay for that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's just cool. You know.
Yeah, that's the best part about Game Pass is the ability to try things without wasting all your money on it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, we got J.R. Butler here. He says, am I the only one that felt like E3 was a huge disappointment? I wasn't hyped for anything I saw.
Wow. Literally nothing. Okay.
I feel like there
that's-
was a lot of duds. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a fair assessment, you know? But there was also some good mixed in with the bad.
for
you
sure.
know? It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen. There's some stuff to get excited about, but it just, I feel you. I definitely feel you.
I think
It wasn't all the Xbox conference.
yeah. Yeah. I'm down for everything that wasn't a 2D platformer.
I
You
think
know-
a lot of the VR stuff that got announced was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm sick
Or
of the
side
2D
scroller.
platformers, dude.
I don't even know I said platformer.
Roguelike.
Honestly, if it was a platformer, I'd probably be more excited. I'm done with the 2D
2D everything. I don't want to fuck with 2D anymore. It's
Yeah.
2021. Fucking make some 3D shit, dude. Learn Unity.
Get with the times.
Yeah. I'm done. I don't want to see a fucking 2D game ever
Hell no.
again. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't
no,
care
there's
if
a lot of
it's
cool
2D,
2D games.
3D, 4D, 3D, fucking... No, wait, that's cool. You can do anything, just
So-
no 2D.
4D.
40.
Actually, I do want to play that one game, that Fire Emblem ripoff that I was talking about earlier, and that Pokemon ripoff. I want to play both of those really bad.
Koromon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is like I think some of the reasons why people are upset about this is because PlayStation wasn't there.
It really does feel like less of a show without PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because, like, think about how much more full we would feel if we had a dope Xbox conference and a dope PlayStation conference.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Like-
it would have been fucking sick, you know?
Yep.
Ooh,
I think maybe
it's been a long podcast.
True. But I think Nintendo will balance it out a little bit
Yeah.
tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Fingers crossed, huh?
That's the sad part. I feel like is like if you are excited about Nintendo, you probably shouldn't be excited.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I'm
No,
getting
no,
my
no,
hopes too high.
No, and I don't mean you. I just mean in general. That's the thing about Nintendo. It's like if you go in excited, like sometimes I'm not too hyped about Nintendo and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But when I am hype about it, I get just
No.
dirt thrown in my face.
Nintendo
Like,
always does big releases like randomly in the middle of the year too.
Yep.
And like
Yep.
fucking E3 will just be like every other treehouse thing they do.
Yeah,
you
they-
know, it'll
they're
be like,
just like-
why didn't you save the cool shit for E3? Like,
Well, because then it's more focus on them and it's not a shared stage.
I guess so, but like,
Yeah.
think about stealing the show from everybody, like, which wouldn't be that hard to do this year.
no,
You know what I mean? Like,
it wouldn't. I mean, it'd be easy actually.
just put something dope out. Metroid Prime 4, it'd be over. Like, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways.
Yeah, so that's it for our People's Champ and listener questions. Thanks
Yeah.
so much, guys, for those. And we are going to round out the show with
We didn't do anything fun this week, just because it was a, long show.
Oh, we didn't do anything else?
No, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
No, that's fine.
All
Yeah,
right.
Brent basically this whole thing was Brent's
Yeah, he was
thing.
talking a lot.
Yeah.
He
he
read a
brought all the
fuck ton.
stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast and everywhere else, basically, YouTube, Facebook, every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JoffreyJamel, Brent at BrentHas1, Devin at Devondrius, and check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.
Later.
Oh my God. Listeners.
Later.
Oh my gosh.